Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. You might be coming from around the globe. Welcome in to the final day of Season 1 of the Due Process League. That is Corelli. I'm Spaceman. Today we're going to be covering the last day of matches here on Championship Sunday. It's Week 6, day number 2. And Corelli, this is what it all comes down to. One more series to decide a champion for Season 1. But we have a show match to begin. First and foremost, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Yesterday was a doozy. We had overtimes. Just kept going, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, it was a lot of pressure on those players too. We were almost breaking records yesterday, and those were just the quarterfinals and the semis. Today we got the final, like you mentioned, the show match as well. But Due Process has been delivering this weekend.
It has. I didn't expect to get 5 overtimes yesterday. If you guys are curious what that was like, go back and check it out. There was a immaculate Flogel Flash. We'll call that from now on, where you just raw dog the Flash. And listen, it's just, there are new grounds being broken here in the DPL. By the way, you can also download the game on Steam at Due Process and find ways to get involved in the community. We'll have links being pushed around in the Discord, as well as, I should say, the Twitch chat, where you can find access to the Discord. If you want to play in events like this or get a chance to compete in tournaments worth some cash money, or support a great ecosystem, head over to dueprocess.info and you can find out more information about what this game brings to the table. Maybe we'll have a QR code that brings you to a Wikipedia page. You'll find out more information there as well. But let's talk a little bit about the fact that today we have our grand finals matchup, which will be Arise versus Chaos. It's a best of 3. But before we jump into that, I'm going to roll it back a little bit. We will have a show match to kind of get players in the right headspace to celebrate what was the first season of DPL. And to do so, we're going to bring in some special names, some special players, some streamers from other games. It's Team Boyo versus Team Bikini. I'm so excited for this, Corelli. It's a best of 1. It's just one and done all the way through. And we have a special guest on Team Bikini joining us today.
Man,
Say his name.
Coming in with their teas. Yeah, I see him. I see Wartime General at the bottom on Team Bikini.
Yeah.
Spaceman. You're a favorite player. I see him. We have a couple players from the DPL as well, but a bunch of players coming into play, some Due Process. And, we've spent the last few weeks watching all of our players go through and show off all their technique, all their strategy on all these maps. Now we get to see some of the content creators. What will they bring to the stage here when we put the lights on them?
The really nice thing about this stage of season is that we can kind of relax before our grand finals. We can have some fun and celebrate, again, all that Due Process has been able to accomplish in this season. And look, we're getting content creators in, some who have had experience with FPSs, those we won't name, but some very much in the vein of Due Process. So I'm really curious to see how those skills will translate today. And if we get any big 3K, 4K moments, any pop-offs that we might be able to see outside of somebody running the auto shoddy or, while charging into a spree, because yesterday was chaotic, but today should be a little bit more fun. And then we'll round out today with our grand finals, which will be Arise versus Chaos. It's really no surprise, but if you were watching yesterday, you will remember how much of a barn burner that series was between Chaos and Tim's Treasure Hunt. It went the distance multiple times, but so back and forth in both sets. In the best of 3, Chaos did win it 2-0, but they went to OT in the first set and then back and forth in rounds in the second. Corelli, Team Chaos almost wasn't here to represent their squad in the grand finals, but Arise, Chaos, the 2 best teams in the league, not getting a chance to get out for first place. There's really no other way we wanted to end this thing.
And it's the way I think a lot of people possibly expected this season to end up, and these were the top 2 teams at the end of the season. So it's exciting to see how they'll play, and that will be a best of 7. Reminder, this show match here is going to be a best of 1, Team Pojoman and Team Bikini. So it'll be interesting to see what these guys bring to the table as well. I'm kind of excited to see. Also, Spaceman, something that we haven't mentioned as well, I think we mentioned it briefly yesterday, but during our finals today, all of us are going to be brand new. These teams have not seen these maps. We haven't seen the maps, obviously. So there's going to be learning on the fly that we're going to see in the finals, which I think is going to be really fun, because we talk about how great both Arise and Chaos are in their map strategy. Well, I'm sure they're still going to be great, but with new maps comes, I think, different obstacles and different things that they're going to have to contemplate on their attack and defense.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of, I think, rogue calling from IGLs or heavy hitters. I'm looking to the likes of Tommy and I'm thinking, all right, or Jet, this is a chance for them to kind of make a really big impact on the map. But the nice thing is that, like you said, because we're changing up the map so often, we have 18 brand new maps we're going to be introducing into the grand finals. There does afford a little bit less parity than what we had yesterday. Yesterday, between both Team Treasure Hunt and Chaos, we got like 30 rounds deep. And at that point, we'd kind of seen every amalgamation of what there was to the map, and the players knew kind of how they wanted to hit the site. So we saw Chaos default to just, we're going to wall charge and walk in single file because there's really no other way we want to approach Bank. I think we're going to get something different today just by nature of the way we want to approach Bank. I think we're going to get something different today just by nature of the maps being different themselves, but I am being told that the players are in and ready to begin our show match. So with that, let's conclude. That's wrong. Let's begin our championship Sunday. And with our show match, it's Team Pollo Man versus Team Bikini. And the best player in the world, as you know them, as they live and breathe, is the one, the only, the wartime general, will be the IGL and the shot caller for Team Bikini. And I am putting all the pressure on wartime general to win this. If he doesn't, we will be deleting his account from Due Process.
That is not true. We will not be doing it. I don't think we have that power. I don't know if we can do that. But yes, your favorite player, Wartime General, will be playing today. I honestly think we brought him in just for you. So
thank you. Yes, I made this request and I've been blessed once again. It's great to see that community members are getting represented, but there are, like we said, there are some content creators playing in this show match who come from experienced TAC FPS backgrounds, the likes of which Siege. And with that, you and I, one of the first conversations you and I had when we were playing Due Process to begin before the season kicked off was, oh, there's a lot of this is a lot like Siege. I'm wondering how much of a factor that's going to play for some of our players coming in if they're just going to dominate.
I think it's certainly going to be transferable, right? I mean, first of all, it's still a shooter, and yes, most shooters have at least some sort of equipment that you can use, especially something like Siege. So I think there's going to be a lot of transferable skills to see exactly how these guys want to approach it. It will be Team Bikini on the attack, Team Pojo on defense, and this is going to be a 1st to 7. Although with the way things went yesterday, Spaceman, you never know. We could have our times.
See you in
17. Yeah, we might go 1st to 17. We'll see. Some artists tried to come out there, but unfortunately got denied.
What the hell?
And scratched out. Looks like a little entrance hit coming out from Team Bikini using that wall charge. And defensively for this this map, I actually don't think we've seen this one on stream with the red door in bathroom exposed on the outside like that. Usually we see bathroom kind of in the middle of the map without any exterior doors, and that's not one that we see too often. Nobody opting to go for it, and you do kind of run into some choke points here going through bathrooms, so it wouldn't be super get lights and is right next to arcade. Not going to happen anyways. Looks like a bit of a split push too. With Team Bikini put together on their first attack.
You don't often see Teller on the right side either. Usually it's on the left. You have Bathroom kind of countering it. Shed on the top of the map. Very different layout. First round of our show match underway. Bikini bottom. Just kidding. Here we go. Smoke is out. Wartime General.
They're in.
They're in. Oh, he's on. Oh, it's working well.
It's a good there from Team Bikini. Getting a little bit of space. 3 down for Team Pojo already. As Team Bikini mopping it up here right off the bat. As now 3 down. It's a 1v1. Team Bikini, Team 1v1 right in the first round here. There's run off. He knows the defuse is coming out. I go for the volley. Heard the footsteps. 50% up.
Do it.
It might be worth it, but you don't want to throw it too early. It'll buy a little bit more time, but there's still plenty of time for this defuse to go through. Great shot on Grania. And the defender is taking this one out. It was a great entry from Team Bikini. Pojo back around.
It's really rare seeing Storefront that wide open. Granted, the map layout's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing from C-Store, but like you said, a really great entry from Team Bikini. But again, I'm wondering, where will these Siege players kind of start to make their mark in these 1v odd situations like we see here? And Pojo, who picked up the opening frag inside, carefully played around bomb, did get countered quickly, but Renov was so good in the late round to basically close out the entire great flush on the molly. We change it up going into round number 2. It will be on bank. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, it's a good first round there from Team Pojo. Again, especially since they went numbers down so quickly. Over to bank, as you said, and it will be just right up the gut. You can see Wartime General, he's the one making some calls here for Team Bikini.
That's right.
It will just be another entrance hit. They love just running it straight down the middle. In fact, they're going straight through lobby into manager is the call. Maybe split out through Teller as well, but certainly an aggressive push from Team Bikini.
The hall play as a defense should be your first fallback. Expect a lot of numbers over in accounting. It's a very aggressive from Bikini if they are committing through entrance. Again, we usually see players, when they commit to entrance, they say, we want to run through lobby, we want to get to manager, but then everything kind of slows down once they hit the first door, because they have to worry about the nade checks, the stuns, the barbed wire, and then they try to kind of propagate out between vault, hallway, Teller, work the map from there. So we'll see if that really is the same. As so far, waiting for the 5th defender to spawn in. Might just be a default right into lobby. If that is the case, Gunny's got to be ready.
The way they're set up defensively, at least with that last glimpse that we saw of them, they're not necessarily banking towards hall. They really are looking towards lobby. There is barbed wire sitting in the entrance, and now there are a couple players in hall, but Grenade should get some of the attention back for the defenders towards the middle of the map.
We're worried about right now positioning for Bikini. This is a lot of free space, not a lot of cover. In this game, you can go down quickly. Got to be careful. Move in, flash out. Smoke will cover. Inside server, Sneaky's going to stay up with a shotty. Here is where all the gunfire is happening right now. The Pojo's trying to let it rip with the LMG. Not quite going to happen. You're probably going to want to save that for Killbox. This is not the map to use the LMG on.
Team Pojo 3 down now. All members of Teeny still up. Wartime General with a 2-piece so far. Sneaky get in, involved in the action. Wartime General putting down the fire, and he's sitting below half health, but leading the charge. Trying to get into accounting. Got a glimpse of another player, and it's another one. A 3-piece now for Wartime General.
They don't make him like that anymore. Used to wonder when the Wartime General would show up. Your savior is here.
Last player alive. Sick Gamer, and she's going to just pile in here and try and get one around the corner. Saw one. Trying to find the push, but the help's here. Everyone staring in front. There's 2. But unfortunately, overwhelmed in the end. Wartime General with 4 at the end of the day, and Team Bikini steamroll in their second attacking round.
Why did they line up? Don't do that. Don't line up like that. That's terrifying. Make sure we check all the bodies. Is there anything worth of value? Anybody holding something cool? 4-piece for Wartime General in the round. Looking like a little... Oh, what's his name from yesterday?
Jet?
No.
Chrome Trigger?
Oh, Chrome Trigger. That's right.
I said Jet because, I mean, the aggression,
yeah.
You know, I think especially for the players who have been in the DPL and have been playing this game, obviously, for probably much longer than the content creators have, I think aggression's really going to pay off. And I think Wartime General knows that. You look at the call that he had in this last round, too. This was running straight up the middle, just trying to take gunfights as soon as you possibly can. I think that's the smart play for any of our DPL players. To have that confidence to know that they probably have the better, at least game-aware sense compared to everyone else here. when it comes to due process.
Yeah, the relative do's and don'ts on the map are going to favor the players who have kind of been playing the game as it should. So Wartime General will probably be in a couple situations where really can make a huge impact play or play kills on the round that otherwise wouldn't be as free for other professional teams playing in this season. But the beauty of a show match is that anything can happen. Anybody can pull out any weapon. So we might be seeing like more investments in the shotguns and LMGs. We might be seeing more snipers. We might be seeing really, really quick calls to a wall charge, to a door charge. Like there is still a lot to be considered. And whether or not Team Pojo want to play as aggressive is entirely up to them. Because right now, Team Bikini are feeling very comfortable. We look at back-to-back rounds, Corelli, where in C-Store and Bank, they were hyper aggressive on all of their fights. It's a good sign for them.
There's some other DPL players here. Mel, of course, from Benui. One of
Shout
my
out,
favorite
Mel.
teams. One of my favorite teams that we watched this season for sure.
Yeah.
I was sad they didn't make playoffs, but they were a fun team to watch. Matches were always fun. She's here on Team Pojo. It's one apiece through 2 rounds so far. And it looks like a server farm hit coming out from Team Bikini here. And I think Team Pojo will be ready.
You know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
Let's go to the docks. It's right there. It's
Oh,
open.
yeah,
It's free.
I didn't see it, actually. Yeah, it looks like they're going to send a couple people down in sorting and docks. I don't know. They have two door charges there on dock and sorting. And then they have, looks like a split going into server farm.
Server farm is probably the much safer bet. You are kind of running not directly into the office line of sight, but it certainly becomes more of a factor the more you try to pinch. Thank you to the observers who are giving us a great overhead. So yeah, you get kind of the overhead of office through server farm. You also get on the back end.
Are they splitting like every door? I think
Are we doing a
might be.
5 one-man hit? Oh my.
No, they got a little bit of action there at the top of the map, but I think everyone's going to coalesce towards the bottom side and into the server farms. I think that's where the push is really going to come through. And Team Bikini running right in. Bikini Body trying to get involved. Shots, and he'll take down one with Wartime as well. One traded back onto Ross. So it's 4v3.
Oof.
Now 4v2.
Ranov, got to be careful inside office. 2 tag through the wall. Team Pojo up to the last. Good shots, but the smoke will stop the play in its tracks. Ranov will escape. 4v2. 4v1. 3v1. Punch in the digits. Bombs getting
Show us
defused.
what you got. Show us what you got.
Show us
Sneaky Pete.
greatness.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. 5 HP.
I liked it though. It was, you know, it was a valiant effort in that round.
3-piece by Bikini Body, by the way. 2-piece by Wartime General. Those two certainly leading the charge.
Did you just kill the general?
You can not do that.
You
gotta
somebody
do
get
that.
them out. Tough round for sure, but
Not on Spaceman's watch.
yeah, not on this guy Bozo's watch. All right, buddy. Can you settle down? Patrick, see this?
Good first setups here. Team Bikini. Good entries. I think they've been very aggressive. See something similar coming out from Pojo Man as well, but so far that aggression has been paying off. Team Pojo were the ones to get the first round on defense, and since then haven't found success. See what they can do on attack here back on C-Store.
Again, Teller kind of swinging to the right side. Above bathroom. Arcade as well, so you have that 3 POI really bunched up right inside the bathroom hit if they do elect to use the charge. Which at this point, it's early. Really is no harm, no foul with taking a big swing like that this early. You can see the wall charge inside bathroom right into Teller. That might be the play. But the defense is already thinking about the entrance like they were in round 1 on C-Store. This could be a great little counter. Catch him off on the timing.
I personally love the bathroom hit. We were talking about it. I could understand why teams might be weary of it, but the quick bathroom hit with the door charge into the wall charge and Teller, now that's fun. And I like that a lot. Not that defenses can't expect it, but I think it's a little bit more unpredictable than the entrance hit that we saw from Team Bikini that ultimately didn't work, even though they went numbers up in the first, basically right off the break.
Yeah. It's a show match. Try something. This ain't Chaos Arise. This ain't defaulting for 18 rounds.
Well, here's the thing, too, with the setup that Team Bikini has, they will have, Team Pojo will have the opportunity to run straight into Teller there.
They look like little ducks leaving the nest for the first time.
Okay, they actually did push a player back into Teller for Team
Careful.
Bikini, and I think you got to have someone there.
Well, now you're giving away the information. The defense knows you're going bathroom. Get that wall charge down right over the toilet. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Here we go. Blow the lid.
There it is.
And they're in. General sees the action. Dodge quickly.
And smart. You have to give that up if you're Wartime General. You know they're going to flood on in. And this is what they want, and you have Mel on the shotgun. I like this. Mel trying to get a piece of someone, but let Pojo Man run through a little bit too long. Couldn't find the shots. Pojo Man 2 down for both sides, 3v3.
World champion Pojo Man. Trying to make a play in the back of the freezer. Moves towards Teller. Stun might be able to swing. It's a wet peek. Burns, nicely done. Auto shotty, not going to hit at that range, and a nice job by the offense as they'll stick the defuse. Team Pojo keep 3 up in the 3v3, and they closed out a nice swing through storefront to take out all 3 defenders.
Yeah, that was a great push from Team Pojo. I like Mel getting aggressive with the shotgun, pushing in. Unfortunately, just couldn't finish off that kill, but that aggression, especially from our DPL players, what you want to see here in this show match. Team Pojo looking good. Man, especially, really liked. I mean, this is what, a 4-piece from Pojo Man? So, quality round from him.
Yeah.
And we are going to be tied up.
Ingmar or AP25, Corelli?
I told you, I'm sticking with the AP25.
Oh, dude. You think because you can see world champion Siege player Pojo Man use it that you think you're the exact same person? You can run around
I did
with
not say that.
AP25?
I did not say that.
You're very audacious today, Corelli.
You know, I am ESL Cup number 16 champion, so.
That's right. Really, nobody else can say that. That's quite.
There's 2 other people who can say it, but yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. We don't count them. Look at this. I love the wall. By the way, great little switch on observing to Wartime General behind, watching that wall blow open. Fortunately for Mel, couldn't land the shot. Usually a gunfight you would expect Mel to take with that range and that weapon, but credit to Pojo for just being a bit better.
Over to Bank. And, maybe a similar hit coming out from Team Pojo. One thing that's kind of fun about the show matches, too, is obviously the majority of these players are DPL players. So when it comes to strategy, they probably will be taking a lot from what they see the other team do, right? And I'm not saying they're doing this because Team Bikini did it, but more so that they saw the success that maybe this had. And so Team Pojo doing a very similar hit, not opting to go through Hall, not trying to push into servers. They're going straight through entrance, just as Team Bikini did, and it worked out quite well for Team Bikini.
Team Pojo will hold on to the clack. I'll keep that from last round. They'll lose the wall charge, but it was invested at the right time. So all they'll have access to at the moment is a couple of door charges.
Yeah, I feel like if you invest a door charge or wall charge or both, you got to win that round, right? Like at least one of those rounds that you're investing the charge into, it's just so important.
Yep.
And you saw that from Team Pojo last round. See if they can do it again. This time they're not going to need any of that. They're just going to run it straight through entrance. Barbed wire goes down. The frag grenade should be invested here from Team Pojo to take care of that barbed wire in entrance so that they can flood in. But the difference here for Team Bikini, I was going to say, maybe they had 2 sitting in lobby. They'll have 1 sitting in the back of the lobby, which I think Team Pojo didn't have last time. That would help slow down the push. Actually, everyone's vacated the lobby. So there will only be one player in security who will at least see what's happening.
You know, I don't hate this at all.
And one player's moved into Teller as well. Here comes the push, and the Molly was quite well here as 2 go down for Team Pojo on the push. The Molly weakened them, and now the shot's coming out. Team Bikini got it down to just Mel.
I really like this defensive setup from Bikini. I'm just trying to sit in the players' minds thinking, hold on, Mel,
There's one.
can she do it? I'll save my comment for a later time. It's a 1v4. Inside security.
She's already so weak.
Oh,
it's gonna be tough.
That was quick. Yeah, that's a tough one for sure. But like, okay, so defenders pulling all the way back and basically conceding the lobby. They're kind of alluding to. I'm gonna pull this out of my butt real quick. They're alluding to basically, we're gonna let the offense use all of their nades, all their util, get them all out of the way, and then just fight us on gunfights 1-on-1. And it just seemed like that just worked. It just straight up was a perfect counter to the rush through the middle of the map that clearly Team Pojo wanted to use.
Yeah, and it worked, right? I mean, Team Pojo wanted to push hard. They went quick. Whoever tossed that Molly, I think it was Bikini tossing that Molly on the door, really softened up the team. You could see 2-3 players went down instantly for Team Pojo on the push. It's good defense in the end from Team Bikini. I was curious how they would defend that lobby playing so deep, but they rotated around and clamped down, never really let Team Pojo out of lobby.
Yeah.
Now you might get a dock hit, Spaceman.
Yeah, that's what
I saw some lines
man.
coming out. I don't know.
There's just so much space to work with from here. Like, the office hold into storage is going to be tough to read if you're kind of new to the game. And then you look over to server farm, server side as well. You're basically funneling yourself immediately into mid-map. There's not really a negative hitting docks. You're already taking a lot of long-range gunfights. You're already taking a lot of open space. At least you keep yourself covered from office. Because if you lose that, it feels like you don't really have the advantage of being able to move freely through the map.
It looks like it might be another server farm hit, and then down into servers is what they're drawing, but maybe storage as well, maybe a little split push. I think Wartime wants to sit down towards sorting or dock, but I don't think they're going to come down there. And he'll be on the shotgun as well, so Wartime's not going to be on a long-range weapon here. And with the hits going in through storage and server farm, he'll have to get involved a different way for Team Bikini. Not sure if it's a split push for Team Pojo, if they're all going to come in through server farm. I think Wartime actually rotated up towards server farm. Now with that shotgun, he's in prime position to make something happen for Team Bikini on a defensive front.
Bro's salivating right now.
And he's going to have 3.
He's waiting for them to run through. Already a bit weak. I wonder if he's hitting the shots. Oh! Well, tags a couple. Sneaky Thief. She gets tagged just a bit. Wartime lets him know. You shall not enter cleanly.
They're in. Mel gets the opening pick, and that's a big start for Team Pojo. They're very slowly advancing.
On your minimap, the defense is circling, I believe, right outside office. They're circling very aggressively, so might be making some call-outs saying, hey, there's pressure coming this way. Oh, wow, what a read. That's, okay, yeah, that's the world champion right there. Pojo with an absolute missile.
Defuse is coming out, and Pojo Man holding the angle across. That's 2 down. 2v2.
Pojo Renov. Sniper in the hands of Renov. 36 seconds. 10 to defuse. Wartime.
Pojo Man. It's going to be tough with the Saber here. Remember, the defuse is sitting at what, 75, 80%? It's runoff. Couldn't finish that player off. Yeah, you needed that one. Smoke might help a little bit. Can make something happen here. You don't need to get there too soon, but with 10 seconds left, you know it's already half defused. I have to stick it here. If you can get that kill, maybe you could. No, it's not going to happen. Not enough in the end. And Team Bikini able to clamp down. Defenders taking 2 of that 3 in the set, and Team Bikini up 4-2.
Now, it looked pretty promising with the great snap from Pojo, but again, defense has a lot of advantages in this map specifically. On Factory, there's just so much space. That's snaculous, but it's really difficult if you're trying to retake site and you can't hit that snipe. Like, getting office control makes it a little bit more manageable against Wartime General, but that snipe needed to land to even make that diffuse possible. If it doesn't, Corelli, you see the results. It's too much to handle, too many variables at the end.
Yeah, tough break. That double kill on the bomb was huge for Team Bikini as well. Team Pojo, I mean, like I said, they were what, at 75%, 80% on that bomb. So over to the next map. And it will be Team Pojo on the attack. Once again. Patio hit is the usual here. And considering where the bomb is, I would expect defenders to sit pretty deep, holding some of these sight lines in hall and lockers, and that would be about it. In office, of course. Maybe have a couple scattered out between crates. The rotation should come in pretty for Bikini as Team Pojo push through patio and up through reception.
How about this? Auto shoddy, LMG, blast through the wall. What do you think about that?
I mean, this is the map to do it, and I mean, you're going to have an auto shoddy probably. Holding construction is maybe the best place for it.
Yeah, if only we could take back. Was it the LMG? Oh, I'm trying to think. It wasn't C-Store. Where was the LMG earlier that I was using? It would have been great this time around. Oh God. Poor memory.
I can't remember.
Well, let's see what we got this time. Here we go. Mel, gonna break the glass.
Well,
Already a first blood for Pojo.
I think that was the auto shoddy too. That's a great wall bang. Unfortunately, only did 7. That's a massive pick from Gamer.
A nightmare right now inside kill box. After that first blood, Corelli, nobody else moving. I mean, we saw the opening kill, and now it's come to a standstill.
Yeah, this is the hard part on the map, especially through Hall. Hall is such a hard place to push. These players are coming in. They're going to flood in quickly. There's just so many things that can slow you down, and of course, so many places you can get wall bang. Pojo Man finds one right in his face. Ross taken down. The next victim and will not find it. Follow up from Bikini is there. 3v1, 3v0 as Team Pojo run on it, and even with Pojo Man running into everybody, his team there to clean it on up. And in the end, Team Pojo coming out on top. This one's been back and forth, Spaceman.
Yeah, such a big round as well. It's just starting to get a little bit out of reach. Bikini looked like they were kind of hitting a groove, but Pojo able to snap back quickly into kill box and really keep up an impressive round. They lose the opening, but they win outright, and they do to stay in the right spots, right time. We know that attackers have a health advantage in this game, but still doesn't make it any easier. And being down 4-3 is a lot different than being down 5-2. So right now, a good spot for Pojo to be in, knowing that first 7 rounds can kind of get to you.
Yeah, the aggression here. Again, I mentioned it earlier. I think the really pay off for teams in this show match. and you're seeing a lot of our content creators get on the aggressive side. I called out that the DPL players should be doing that, and they have, but of course, Pojo Man not afraid to run in there. We're finally on Kill Dome, first one of the day. It's 4-3 in favor of Team Bikini. Remember, this is first to 7. We can tie at 6 apiece, which would mean we go to overtime. And the way this one's going, Spaceman, it might happen.
This is the chance for Wartime General to do a little Chrome Trigger action right here and play like a rat. Don't go in the pit. For all the newers who maybe are checking out Due Process for the first time, cannot recommend avoiding the pit enough.
Yes, even our DPL players spend a little bit too much time in the pit. Have you fallen in the pit, Spaceman?
Nope, not once. I fell in the jungle, couldn't get out, but pit.
He fell in the water and just doggy paddling. Yeah.
Yep, just stood there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually against Wartime General when we were playing this map.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Have you fallen in the pit?
No, I am not a victim.
Hit beach. There is no beach actually on this map.
There's no beach. I thought you were saying that as a joke because there is no beach.
Yeah, I said it like reflexively. It just kind of came out, but then I realized, wait a minute. This is the first time Kill Dome has never seen beach. What a unique experience for this show match. No beach.
Team Bikini using 2 door charges here? Is that what I'm seeing? I kind of love these plays, though.
That is aggressive.
The red to castle is very aggressive, but castle's so important. It's always important on this map.
Guys? What might the call be? Mel from Team Benoit. Shout out to Team Benoit. Had a great season.
Benoit.
Shout out Goopenstein as well. Shout out third team, Tim's Treasure Hunt, Arise, Chaos, Cave Dummies.
Q Process. Shout out Q Process.
That's right.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out the world.
Wow, man, you're a great motivational speaker.
Shout out the world.
Yeah. Sick gamer.
There we go,
Oh,
Mel.
she's on a roll.
Oh my gosh, 3 down now for Team Pojo. It's up to Mel and Ronov. Something going. Ronov going to get 1.
T-Flight?
Ooh, Britannia might get ability or an opportunity here for a mop. Split is Team Pojo right now. Another great pick, and Mel gets 1. It's 2v1 now. Mel in a 1v1 against Wartime General. Our DPL players and Wartime General melts Mel. My goodness. Team Bikini. That one almost got out of hand, and for Team Pojo, I guess it did get out of hand for Team Bikini as they had the numbers up. Team Pojo whipped that one back, a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, that almost slipped away really, really quickly. Looked a little certain. Moving in late into the round, here's a quick replay. Was able to pick up 1 on the swing, and then a bit of chaos ensues. A bit of pinstripes in the kill feed. It was a 3v2 in favor of Team Bikini. They lose 2 in the process, but Wartime General in the dark. Great shots all the way around. 5-3 the lead. Bikini 2 rounds away from taking the show match.
Wouldn't count out Team Pojo quite yet. All round on C-Store. Wartime General wants to get aggressive out of shed, and I like that. We've seen that a few times. It's that unpredictability.
Go bathroom again.
Looks like it's going to be an entrance hit. Maybe bathroom? I don't know.
I kind of agree with Pojo. Bathroom's like, hey, the bathroom to Teller's right there, but the defense usually sitting around Teller, so you're kind of running into them.
Shout out Liquor, by the way.
Is this new?
And it might just be entrance into Liquor here. Because if you get a hold of Liquor, I'm going to have a lot of space. Especially to look through store. And yeah, you're going to see, I think, team become a player. It might just be coming store play in the end. I don't know. I think splitting, especially on this map, is pretty good. This map can get so chaotic.
Yeah. It's not as punishing as Factory, where when you split on Factory, it really feels like if your teammates don't pick up a couple kills, you're kind of in no man's land as an offense.
Yeah, you're almost like playing for the pick on Factory. Where here, it's
Yeah.
like you're just playing for the pinch.
Yep. This is
That's
just like set up somewhere and watch my cross and
Yeah.
get inside. Oh, what a molly! Oh, what a molly!
Nobody goes
Pojo.
down yet. Pojo Man trying to get use of his util out. Mel takes down the first. Opening kill in Fame Pojo. Defuse out. Pojo gets another.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen for long, buddy. Saw Ninja defuse yesterday. Won't be running it back. Minute 20 on the clock. War General in the freezer.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh. Snapback.
General. Oh, he's got to reload, and Sick Gamer not going to have any of it. There was opportunity there for Wartime General to clutch this one out. Sneaky Thief and Pojo Man both very, very low. Team Pojo answering back, winning 2 of these last 3, and they're within 1.
Yeah, that's one of those. If you know where he's at, just go chow him. Just go take care of it. Don't let that man stay alive for long. Have we seen Liquor on this map before?
If we have, we haven't mentioned it.
Mandela effect is this?
So now Team Bikini gets to go on the attack, and we'll see if they can close this one out on the attacking side, or if Team Pojo can keep pushing this one. In fact, this is going to be either a tie or a win.
Mm-hmm.
Set of maps. Obviously, it could be either a tie or a win at this point. But Team Bikini would love to put Team Pojo not only on match point, but at least guarantee the tie going up to 6. Oh my.
That is a hell of a...
That's a route right there.
It's a long route. On this map, that's a long route.
That's got to be Wartime General's got to be calling his own number on that route.
Guys, give me 30 seconds and I'll make sure we get this round. Don't worry.
Okay, 3-2 split is what he's saying.
It's always the 3-2 split, man.
3 go up reception, 2 go in through construction, it looks like. And then actually wall charge into office. Ooh, I like this play. Yeah, I like this play a lot. This is a series-winning play.
True.
I mean, they're going to invest a lot into this one, so they need a lot to go right, but I like this play. Good call.
Kind of get the feeling that this has to happen quickly and they can't let this play develop for longer than half the round, because at some point the defense is going to read it.
Yeah, and I'm curious how far up Team Pojo is going to sit here. If they sit 2 and construct, it's going to be a little bit hard to push in if they're going through that red door. But Team Pojo actually sitting quite high up on the map, so which is good in this case. Bikini's going to be tested every step of the room they're going to have to fight for.
Tough weapon to do it as well, but
Ooh, 2
great
picks
lines of
already.
sight. They might not even need the wall charge anymore.
Now you just execute, I think. I think you just execute. Oh my gosh, Wartime General turned that one around. He's just beating down the doors. This is the opportunity. Time to execute. They do blow open the hole. One traded back for Team Pojo. Mel's at full health. And Kaka takes down Wartime General. Finds another one. Mel's going crazy. Mel can clutch this one for their team. It's 3 down now. 1v1. Mel has got 3 to her name.
Don't rush, Mel. There's no need. You have the weapon. You have the weapon, Mel. It's not up to you. Gonna peek. Oh, Mel just mows it down. Woo!
What a gamer. What a gamer, Mel. We've seen a few of those in our time, and Mel adds another one to the list, just running through players on this map with the auto shotgun. And Team Pojo even things up 5 apiece, and in a map where everything went well. Sick Gamer needed that one a little bit earlier. Why did we show that replay? Sick Gamer.
Yeah, they went from a Wartime General turn 180 turn on to the Mel 4-piece.
The Mel 4-piece, yeah.
Yeah. They call that one the old Mel special.
That's a Mel special if I've ever seen it.
Just watch out for the auto shotty on that map. 5-5. We'll see you in round 17.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to keep going with the way this one's been panning out. Unless one of these teams can really go on a heater the last 2 rounds. I mean, to not go to overtime, someone's got to win the next 2 rounds in a row. So if we split it, we finish 6-6 and go to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a castle hit for Team Bikini. Aggressive.
Risky through pit. Gotta be careful.
We knew this was going to go the distance, and I think it might supply.
Need that.
Team Bikini opportunity here. We'll be using a door charge to get in on Kill Dome. There'll be 1 player in Castle. Oh, actually, they're going up towards Pit. Excuse me.
Hitting it. I like it. Bang.
Busting open in Castle. Sneaky Thief hears him. Uh-oh, that's a frag on your head. You got to get out of there. 23 health left. At this point, if you can get 1, you've done your job. Wartime General taking down the first. Trade it back for a Sneaky Thief, and Sneaky Thief at least got the job done. Wartime General with 2.
A lot of time on the clock. Bottom side of Castle. Light does go out, and Mel will get caught, and that's not a great timing either. Team Pojo down to the last 2 members. Pojo being one of them. Yeah, this is one of those situations where if you have your foot on the gas, might as well go all the way. Giving away position. That's a riot shield. Good luck with this one.
Here comes Wartime. Oh my gosh, it's a 4-piece. Give him the 5K. Wartime calling game. Sees the last, and Bikini's going to go down. Sick Gamer returns back, and Ross going to take down the last. Team Bikini going up by 1 in a crucial round win. They are 1 away from winning no match.
Find some extra weapons, and it looks promising. 1 singular round will decide whether or not Team Pojo tie us up and send us into overtime in which we will play a 1st to 7. I should say best of 7, 1st to 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me
we're playing another one?
No. Let me rephrase. Yeah, 1st to 4 rounds. But 6-5. And you know what? The way this entire game's been going, the largest lead we've seen is is a single. We saw a 2-1 lead for Bikini, then a 2-2, then a 4-3, then 5-3, 5-4, 5-5, 6-5.
Yeah. So 2-round lead is the highest we've seen, and if Team Bikini were to win, it'll stay that way. That's how they would win, by 2 on to C-Store. They are attacking. They did win. Actually, no, they lost the first round. Team Bikini was attacking the very first round of this match on C-Store. Not this map, but on C-Store, and opened up with 2 picks, but Team Pojo fought back and actually won that round on the defensive side. So it looks like it's going to be a quick Shed Arcade hit, and we've talked about it a little bit. Players poking out of Arcade into Shed from the defensive side. They drew it out a little bit on Team Pojo, but or no, actually it was Team Bikini who drew it out. Let's see if Team Pojo is privy to it. This is going to be an aggressive hit though from Team Bikini.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Is that a 4-1? Is that what I'm seeing?
It's a risky 4-1. That's a very tight 3. It would be 3-2 if they do commit 3 to Arcade. That's a very tight window for 3 people.
Is that a 3? 1 through storage, 1 through storefront, and is that a 1 or a 2 up there? That looks like a 1.
I mean, if you're going to send somebody storage or entrance, I think you send Wartime General on the outside of those. I would not stack them inside Arcade. You need one of your best shooters to be at range where they can help you team shot. Storage is going to be tough. That's a tough hit.
I think really that player in storage just play slow. I mean, you're just going to lurk in. Most of the attention is going to be going in through entrance anyways when entrance does pop. Or I guess I should say when that door charge pops for Team Bikini on the 3 players tier through Shed into Arcade. But you're just lurking. Yeah, I think you're just lurking through through storage, excuse me. Keeping players honest. You might catch Pojo Man on the rotate anyways.
One player still outside. Oh, that's Bikini. Okay.
Yep. Just trying to get the storage.
Yep.
Maybe just try and get a little bit of damage, maybe a pick if you're lucky, and come back through Shed. Patience here from Team Bikini. This round obviously is for everything.
Renov, a little bit weak. Oh
my
wow.
gosh.
Immediately cleaned up. Wartime General with the first blood. Following up, trying to find the second will happen. Bikini's able to get it. Sick Gamer, she'll dip out of dodge. 6-5 is the round count. Bikini are 3 kills away from taking the show match. Entrance was blown wide open. Britannia trying to find some shots.
On.
They're just going to stick it. Bait it, bait it, bait it, bait it. Pojo Man tries to go for the clear, but it won't happen. Mel, auto shotty, bang.
Uh-oh, there's one. Mel, is she going to do it again? No, taken down. It's up to Sick Gamer, the last alive, and that's 1. 10 HP. Sick Gamer trying to clutch with 40 seconds left. Team Bikini trying to put this one to bed. 30 seconds left.
10 HP in a dream. Bikini's working together. Just taking it. She's got to go. Here we go.
It's a good route. It's
Swings
a great
the
route.
side. Oh.
Team Bikini clutches it up in the end. That was a great route at the last second, but Team Bikini holding on strong. Wartime General was the one to crack open the opening kill. And for Team Bikini winning this one 7-5.
Thought for a second that shotgun might do enough to line up in time, but credit where credit's due. Team Bikini will take the win here on the show match. Sick Gamer almost had it, but in the end, it will be a 7-5 victory for Team Bikini and Wartime General. Effers, Ross, Gertania, and Bikini will walk away with the victory in a very, very close, like a much more standard like DPL match that we're used to seeing. A very close 7-5 win.
Yeah.
And a good showing of a lot of different ways that due process can be played, both on Factory, in Kill House, when you look at C-Store, close engagements, long form gunfights, those lines of sights really do matter most. And I mean, Corelli, we saw a nice arrangement of play styles today here in this show match.
Yeah, fun show match here, and we saw a lot of aggression. We paid end, some good callouts, and a lot of our IGL, or at least the planning part, coming out from our DPL players as well. So fun strategy coming out from the content creators in this show match here, and a good precursor to what we got going on later on.
Yeah, thank you to everybody from Team Pojo Man over to Team Bikini, all the players, content creators who took time out of their day to show up and play some Due Process. We thank you very much for contributing to the ecosystem that is this game and supporting a really, really fun community game. And once again, congratulations to Team Bikini, and Wartime General maintains his 3-time World Championship record. What an absolute pleasure it is to watch him play. Team Bikini will take it, but that was our show match. Up next is our grand finals of Season 1 of Due Process. It's Arise versus Chaos, the number 1 and 2 teams respectively, going head-to-head in a best-of matchup. We'll see what happens after the break. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the final match of Season 1 of the Due Process League. I'm Spaceman, that is Corelli, and today we will be taking you through the action of Arise versus Chaos for the last match of the season. It's 6 weeks of action, all culminating here on Championship Sunday. And of course, I would only want to do it with man I could possibly ask for. Corelli, how you doing, bud? We just came back from the show match. Welcome in. How you feeling?
Good. Show match was a great little warm-up. Got to see some fun stuff in there. Got to see a Mel auto shotgun pop-off. So today's been a good day. And shout out Team Bikini for taking that one down. So now we get to the real stuff, right? I mean, that was real too, but now we're getting to the finals. Okay, this is a best of 3, right? 1st to 7 in each of these matches. Sit back, relax. If you haven't gotten a drink or some popcorn, go and get that, because it's going to be a lot of due process ahead of us.
Yeah, shout out to Bikini Body as well for rating with 598 viewers. Thank you so much for supporting Due Process and the entire ecosystem. Again, if you want to get more information about Due Process, the league, the game alone, check out some of the links we'll be pushing around in the Twitch channel, as well as some potential Discord links where you can find out more info at dueprocess.info. Also go on Steam, Due Process, the game. Download it. It's $10. It's one of the most fun experiences you're going to have late night with friends. You can check it out right there, dpleague.net, and scan that QR code. If it takes you to a Wikipedia page, you have been selected as one of the winners of Due Process. So go ahead and check it out. Again, it's been an absolutely phenomenal season. But, Corelli, this is our grand finals matchup, Arise versus Chaos, a best of 3. It's a set series, so you know it's the 1st to 7 rounds. If we go to OT, we play to 4, same situation as yesterday. But the big important factor for this grand finals is that we have 18 brand new maps that nobody except the developer Tetra has ever seen before. These are brand new, completely unique to the grand finals. So Arise and Chaos individually will have no idea how they're going to approach this.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about this game. It's something we really haven't touched on as much as we should, Spaceman, is that, the maps change so often. If the show match was your first time seeing the game, the maps switch around, and we've been using a lot of the similar maps that change throughout the season. Tetra, the developer, has gone in and completely redone these maps for the finals for themselves. So this is the first time anyone's going to see it. So you can throw, this isn't Counter-Strike where you're playing on Dust 2, the same map for the last 30 years. This is going to be a different map. These players are going to have obstacle that they're going to have to figure out, or a new strategy that they're going to have to come up with on the fly. So there's no preparation for these teams, for both teams. Preparation for us either. We don't know either. So that's what's going to make it fun.
Ain't nothing new on that part, friend. Can we get a look at the rosters if possible, Tetra? Because I want to take a look at Arise Chaos, talk a little bit more about these teams, and knowing that this is our number 1 and number 2 seeded squads, respectively. Thank you, production. This was a team in Arise that we may say in the community had talked about their team play being the best in the league. When we eventually saw them play on our side of the stream, Corelli, that was the case. It was confirmed that Arise were just that good. Noon being one of the reasons why. And then Chaos came in and said, we're the top 2 respective. We can compete against Arise for sure, because Tommy, Roach, Nomad Ghetto, and Photon are individually some of the best gunnies we have in Due Process. And the last time that these two teams played, I'm checking back in my notes, and it was a pretty one-sided affair. Though the first set did go to Chaos, it was a tie. It was 6-6 between Arise and Chaos in the first set. The second one was a 7-1. Arise kind of picked it up, got out of their funk, and started getting going. And that's what we've talked about with Arise before, is that when this team gets out of their own way and in a rhythm, they're very tough to beat, even for a team like Chaos. But this is the chance for Chaos to right the wrongs and rewrite history and prove that they are the number 1 team. Talk to me about what your thoughts are overall between these two teams for the series. How are you looking at this one?
I still think Arise is going to be minorly favored. I just want to touch on Sachi. I was listening to the Due Process League podcast, and Sachi was on there and got some really good insight from them, just breaking down the game. So if you haven't listened to that, certainly want to go check it out. I think there's a link in the Due Process League Discord for that. But it was really interesting to hear how they approach the game, or how they break down the game, and so that was a lot of fun to see. We said this yesterday, and it's the case, I think, for both teams, but especially for Arise. You can pick any of the players, especially Zigalo, Sachi, Noon lacking just because Brody hasn't played as many games. And any of those 4 players are going to be top 3 in something. Is pretty much the case, or at least top 5. They have been spectacular individually. They have been some of the best individual players, if not the best individual players, with Chaos right behind them. So, there's a couple other great players scattered out through the league that are on par with some of these guys. Mm-hmm. But overall, when they come together, Arise have just been so special individually. And I think that both teams if we want to talk about on a grander scale when it comes to team play, both teams know when to go, when to slow down, and when to adjust. It's something that we've seen in many teams. They don't know how to do. They don't know how to adjust when things don't go wrong. There's no plan B a lot of times. But I think that communication with these two teams, it's what proves to be so strong throughout league play. It's why they were at the top so far ahead of everyone else is because of that communication and how much they trust each other.
And one of the reasons they can adapt so quickly is because each player on these specific rosters are individually so skilled at the game. You look at Noon as the entry fragger, a 1.9 KD overall. The kills per round closing in at 1 total, 32 opening gunfights, winning 77% of them. We talked a little bit about this yesterday when we saw some of the stats for Arise before we jumped to our other semifinals matchup, which was Tim's Treasure Hunt and Chaos. This team Arise, their entry wins and their percentages on offense are the highest in the league, and they continue to be maybe one of the most efficient offenses when it comes purely to winning their first blood and then converting that into a round win. This is a really tough team to beat when they have advantage in the numbers, but Chaos said that they can get scrappy. They can play that one-on-one game. They can play a lot of those individual gunfights, and if that is the case, this is a team that's going to have to draw a lot of these rounds out, Corelli. Chaos yesterday in Tim's Treasure Hunt, they got scrappy. They went back and forth a lot, but they were able to draw rounds out and really force fights that the other team didn't want to take. I feel like Chaos has to have a similar day. They can't play the game plan that Arise wants to play, the team heavy strat. They need to focus on getting Arise uncomfortable, and if Chaos can get a lot of those isolated gunfights, they absolutely can break this team down.
Yeah, we have Photon up on the screen there. 20 opening kills for him, 1.9 KD, been strong throughout the league, for Chaos. One player that I want to point out, we talked about him quite a bit, was Tommy on the side of Chaos. I feel like he's been such a huge playmaker for them. Not necessarily that he's going Chrome Trigger where, he gets 0 kills for a couple rounds, then all of a sudden it's a 4K, 5K, 3K back to back.
Yep.
But more so that Tommy, he's been out by his own many times, 28 opening kills. He's getting a lot of opening picks. He's been, I think, a great way for Chaos to kind of break the ice when they go up against teams, especially on the first round, whether it's defensive or offensive. And I think for Chaos, he's been such a great player. I mean, he's got the title as Rifler there, and that's certainly true. It's been great individually. Like, I can trust Tommy to get the job done by himself. Splits come out. We see a lot of 4-1 splits with both these teams. It's Tommy who's going to be on that one split.
Yeah, Noon is to Arise what Tommy is to Chaos when it comes to like the entry fragging. Tommy needs to have a big impact in this grand finals. He needs to be a counter to what Noon's able to do, and that's kind of the two players I'm going to be looking at most notably to begin a lot of our early rounds is the impact that Noon has on offense and the impact that Tommy has on offense as well. And one of the things we saw a lot yesterday with Chaos, Corelli, was Tommy was being sent out on a wing kind of on his own, and his job was to distract, find an engagement, and then just seek info. And like you talked about, you can kind of count on him, bet on him to find a kill or two per round. Do you see Chaos continuing that idea today? Do you see that split number, that whether it's defaulting to 3-2, which is what a lot of teams tend to do now, or do we go back to 4-1, which is kind of a play style that Chaos like to do? Do we see Chaos invest in having a solo laner like Tommy try to create problems for Arise, or do you think there needs to be a more team-oriented understanding for this squad going into a grand finals, knowing that there's so many matches, so many games to play, but they're playing the best team-oriented game in the game?
Well, that's a really interesting question. And traditionally, I would just say, yes, of course. Like, I would trust them and they would do just fine in those split positions. But with the prospect of new maps, not a prospect, the guarantee of new maps coming in, I'm actually very curious if teams are going to stay a little bit more cohesive. Sure. 5-man pushes into the same spot, or maybe more of like a 4-1 split where that one's just sitting and trying to find a sight line, right? I mean, listen, all the pieces are the same for these maps, right? They're all just put together differently. So it's not like they're going to see brand new environments, but more just how that environment is assembled. At least that's what I know. Maybe Tetra's got something in store for us that we don't know yet. But I do think that overall these players will be able to diagnose how this map works and then find those sight lines. And as they get more comfortable, right, they're going to play these maps a couple times throughout this series. So they will understand those maps eventually. And then you might see a little bit more creativity come out. But I do think with the new maps, they might be a little bit more unsettled and might just want to stay together and do a little bit more safe pushing.
I am curious if Tetra put in anything really weird into some of these maps. Like, what if Pit is like half the map for Kill Dome? Like, I don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like. It's going to be really interesting. Remember, as your grand finals, that also means we have predictions. You can use your hashtag Verizon fan vote to get your predictions, and now use those channel points. Predict who do you think is going to win, Chaos or Arise. Go ahead and use those channel points you have. If you're new here, you get channel points just by watching, and we encourage gambling here on this stream. So if you're a degenerate gambler and you're betting the house, go ahead and bet the mortgage as well. Go ahead, put those points in. Who do you think is going to win the first match of this set? Chaos, Arise. It's beginning our grand finals of Season 1 of Due Process League. Chaos and Arise will begin on Kildome. Let's go.
First to 7, it's Chaos on the attack first here on Kildome, like you said. And Observation is getting a lot of cursors hovering over it for Chaos. And anytime Observation has a red door poking out like this, we do see a lot of teams want to go here just because of the height advantage and the advantage it gives you across the bomb site. Now, this bomb site is sitting directly in the middle of jungle. So if you're a Rise, you don't necessarily have to play super aggressive around it. You just need to have multiple sight lines. And I think that's actually what they're planning on doing. Base becomes pretty big here because of the sight line it has into jungle, covering that northwest side of the bomb. But can they hold the southwest side of jungle? That's going to be the big key here if the push is through Observation.
Mm-hmm. A very limited observation window as well. You'll see a lot of players shoot out the windows to give them some cover as they move.
How many cursors is on it?
Yeah, that is going to be a tight window.
Yeah,
for sure. About 1/4 of the map. That was close. Pretty close. I don't think we're going to see Pit really much early in these couple rounds. It's also a bit of a risky choice, knowing that, again, each hit is more and more favored by more top teams this season. It used to be kind of a joke at the beginning, but kind of the default to avoid the open counterpunch usually gets the base for both angles. We have a really nice line of sight in the very far corner of back angle, all the way to base. So if it was a beach hit for Chaos, expect Arise to have somebody in position to really spot it, call it out.
I think it
would be a tight one.
I think we did pause here for a second. I think someone might have disconnected or still a lot of these, a lot of players draw out here, so I think we'll still go through with it as long as the player gets back in. Assuming that's what's happened. Just the point, or just to touch on the point of Beach, we've seen a lot of lurk here on Beach as well. You do, just sending one just to kind of give a little bit of information, and typically it ends up being a 1v1 fight with the defensive player sitting in base and that lurk coming through Beach. I don't know if they're going to get a lurk this time from Chaos, or if they're going to hit Observation hard. There's a lot of drawing around Observation, and we'll see how hard Arise wants to fight for it.
They might have to fight regardless. There might not be a choice. They basically 3-stacked Observation to begin, and now they'll spread out. But like another 3-2 for Chaos. 2 to Beach, 1 to Observation. They get 2, 3. Door charge in the hands of Nomad. Flash in the hands of Nomad. First grand final kicks off. Chaos. Attack inside. We're going to break an Observation somehow, somewhat.
Ooh, good molly coming out from Arise as well, softening up those players. Ghetto goes down right off the bat. Tommy at half health. Roach is able to trade one back, so numbers up for Chaos.
Have some eyes towards the bomb. Lights are out. Noon, one of the biggest impact players that Arise has, will have to have that same kind of fire here in this first round. Chaos doing on splitting the numbers and just straight up winning the one-on-ones that around Observation could dispel a lot of pressure on the north side of the bomb.
Roach going to run into Noon. Lacking takes down Roach, but Roach was able to take out Sachi. 2v1, Noon last man alive.
Playing sneaky. Get spotted. Trying to land the shots. Tommy takes down Noon, and with that, all of Arise will fall. Chaos will get the first round. Attackers take it early, and a nice showing from Chaos after their long series yesterday.
Yeah, and that's a great look there for Tommy getting involved, and that was the player that we were talking about. You want him to pop off. That's a 3-piece coming out from Tommy to open things up, and Chaos got to take the first round.
I'll look back quickly to some of the stats we had, I should say the notes I had of Chaos versus Arise earlier in the season. and it was Arise taking the first round. They kind of bounced back and forth, and then eventually Chaos started to click in, and Arise got very, very cognizant in the second set. So expect this one to kind of be similar, where both teams kind of feel each other out for the first couple of rounds, and they start to get going. That's where at least keeping pace for Chaos is going to be the big question. It's never not whether or not they can compete against Arise. It's just simply, can they keep pace with them when the rounds start to go back and forth? Can they really skate alongside? And then what do they dip into in the playbook? Because the biggest indictment we've seen out of Chaos at all was that offensive hit on Bank yesterday, where it looked like they ran out of options a little too early. So I'm curious what the playbook will look like today. Corelli, don't expect anything too crazy to come out, but given that they're all brand new maps, it does offer some chances for some variables, some nuance between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to hit a pause real quick, as I think we're trying to get some players back in to the lobby. But good first opening start there for Chaos. Tough push into observation, and Arise did not do a good job of holding it down initially. Tommy, we said it before, that's the guy you want going on the side of Chaos, and that's a great start for him, a 3-piece like we said. I think for Chaos, everything went according to plan on that push from observation. Didn't really get that dicey. Didn't go for that either. In many cases where a round starts to go poorly for Arise, they kind of back off and let the mistakes happen for the opposition. But this time, didn't feel like Chaos fell into any of those traps, and Arise did I guess Chaos did a good job of closing things out over Arise.
Yeah, this is a team that looks good. Arise, Chaos, they're the two best teams in the DPL so far. And so we have currently what the situation is with the players. I believe we should probably jump to a quick break. And when we come back, we will have an update both on the lobby, the map, the players, and hopefully the grand finals will get back underway. And we'll see you guys just after the break.
Yeah, one round on Kildome. They're going to get started here on Bank. It was Chaos. Tommy getting things hot for Chaos right off the bat. 3-piece in there, and see if Arise can answer back. You know, in most games that we've seen with the Rise, it's been mostly just them steamrolling teams. Chaos certainly going to be a bigger challenge than that. It's only been one round. We'll see if Arise can answer back defensively. Gefter play. Play static. Okay. Yeah, heard it here first. Oh, hello. Well, I think the drawing is a good one, but I also think the uniqueness of the maps as well, right? The maps being able to change. It's not always the same map. We talked about these maps are brand new and generated just for these finals, but even in general, right, having new maps to play on is, I think, keeps the game fresh as well. And there's different strategies to each map. I think that makes it a lot more fun than just playing the same map over and over again, as we all know. And it's one of the big strengths of this game. So that's certainly my favorite part, is playing. Not only do we have a certain list of maps, but inside of those maps, they're generated differently every time.
Every now and then, I just like to refresh myself. But I absolutely agree with you, Corelli. I think the fact that these maps reset, you know, it's a nice little, not gimmick. Gimmick's a bad word, but it's a nice little change from what we see the majority of FPSs these days, from the era of arena shooters to more open sim to live maps. Like, this is a nice little difference between Due Process and other FPSs. Is just simply there's always a bit of variance in the game. There's always a bit of chaos, no pun intended. So very excited to see what we get from our grand finals. We'll make sure all the players are again good to go. But so far, both these teams sitting here has not been that too much of a surprise. Arise and Chaos were the two top teams, both from the fan perspective, from the audience, from the players themselves. And the fact that they are representing the first season of Due Process League in the finals, I think, is very fitting, very fair, as this has been best competition we've seen all year. And to be fair, Chaos almost didn't quite get here. Tim's Treasure Hunt put on a hell of a performance. If you didn't get the chance to see, go back and watch yesterday. Went the distance to overtime multiple times. Tim's Treasure Hunt looked like they were going to actually pull off the upset, but Chaos were a little too good. And now they get a chance to fight for the title against a team that they've had struggles against in Arise. But to be fair, who hasn't? Arise is just really, really great.
Yeah, Arise was only lost one game throughout league play, while Chaos has lost 3. And it's not surprising, but even with the 3 losses for Chaos, it was still by far and away the second best. The next closest team was at 10 losses. So you could see the difference between Arise and Chaos, or I should say Arise and Chaos versus the rest of the field. They are just on a different playing field, despite Chaos dropping a few games and almost dropping to Tim's Treasure Hunt. And that's what the pressure is going to do to you, I think, in these kind of single elimination brackets, especially when you get pushed to the edge like Chaos did. Tim's Treasure Hunt really put on the pressure. Chaos started to falter a little bit and were able to clutch up in the end. Now they have to do kind of the opposite, where they need to push Arise to the edge and see if they can push them out. They do have 2 sets of games here, or best of 3, I should say. So 2 opportunities to do so, and they started off on the right foot.
Our playoffs began yesterday, Saturday, for those curious. Started with our quarterfinals. They were all best of 1. In the quarterfinals, one of them went to 3 overtimes, which was a hell of an experience. Again, you can go back and watch. It was our quarterfinals best of 1, then our semis, which was a best of 3, continuing on with our grand finals, which will also be the same case. It started with Arise in their own series. We jumped over to watch Chaos and Tim's Treasure Hunt, which we just talked about. That one was a barn burner. And then our show match today, to kind of get the vibe going, and Arise and Chaos now sitting and waiting, ready to go, to make sure that they can lift up that Due Process trophy. And remember, this grand finals will get premium access to the best server in due process. So if you want a chance to win, you can go ahead and scan the QR code that will be bouncing around both on screen and some information in the Twitch chat for a chance to download due process. It's $10 on Steam. Just go get it, play with your friends, share a great time with the community, and let us know how you're enjoying the action. Again, more info will be pushed around in the Twitch chat. We'll have mods and people, moving things around. The winner gets to pay my internet bill. Yeah, the loser has to pay the internet bill of Tetra. So don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna have a barn burner of a grand finals for you. Curly, looking at how this season has come down, we have had 6 weeks of action. We have concluded now in our final weekend here on Championship Sunday. And for a game and a community that has been growing throughout the years and has finally found some footing, what does it mean? I'm gonna hit you with a really general question here. What is it like seeing a young game with a really promising community and a great little gameplay loop, finding a success in a little esports league, able to get something off the ground and celebrate the community impact that it's had? Just talk to me as a gamer what that's like, because we don't see this too often.
No, it's good. I mean, you can see how many people want Tetris Internet to work, right? I mean, there's so many people here in chat and in the Discord that are excited to see the grand finals, and I think that's what makes it fun too. It's close-knit. It's a small community. It's a growing community too, so that's important. Growing, and it's fine to be small, but growing is what's important. It certainly is. And so this is only the first season of DPL. It could get bigger and bigger with more and more better and better players, and that's what makes it exciting. And I think that's what's been so much fun for us to come in and at least contribute to that a little bit, and of course contribute to some free wins online. That's where we've basically been doing that. But it's been a lot of fun, and appreciate a lot of the community and how warm they've been to us, and not only in our games but here in the Discord and online on streams.
First and foremost, Surfront says close predictions. No. We will keep those open for the entire grand finals, so you can cheat your way to a bunch of channel points. Second, shout out to Process League Twitch channel saying I found my 13th reason. No.
That's a massive smiley face.
That's a very big smiley face.
Oh wow, Tommy getting a pick before we even got into the round.
Why not?
Why not? That's
What's the harm?
Pick.
Takes out Noon as well. Maybe like the best player. Arise at.
Third round. Chaos up by 2. It's a good start for Chaos. Arise need to start waking up. They can do it here.
Let them know.
Tommy. Trying to get involved. Damage has been done to Chaos. They're running straight through the molly. Roach going to go down as well, and Arise fighting back. That's 3 down now on the side of Chaos. Roach, Ghetto, and Nomad all eliminated. It's 2v1. Photon, the last man remaining.
Photon can clutch. Be a big round for Chaos. What a statement to come out 3 straight rounds. Have to play it slow. Plenty of time in the pocket. Check it. And all 10 seconds to defuse. Picks up a shotty. Blows the door open. A little trigger happy. That's okay. Run out of time here.
Careful. Oh, there's one behind.
He's taking it. Surely. Surely not.
No way. Yeah, come around the corner. He got the kill on Zigalo. Zigalo could not find the shots. And what a play from Photon. A huge clutch in a 1v2 situation. And Chaos up by 3, sweeping this first set.
Kind of curious about that just dry hit through the door. Usually you see players either shoot through on bomb just to pre-check or get a little bit more crafty. I felt like just a little bit too leisurely for Arise's sake. Credit to Chaos, though. A 1v2, 1v3 situation is nothing to sneeze at. Up 3-0 in the first set. Arise coming out very flat-footed.
And I'm surprised Zigalo let Photon walk all the way in the hallway and get behind the bomb there. Zigalo was behind him, and I don't think Photon checked or knew that Zigalo was there. The fact that Photon was leaving a bomb rising and Zigalo just find the shots. So a 3-0 start for Chaos. Disaster start for Arise. They're now on offense. See if they could turn things around.
Let's go see the think about a flash right now, Corelli. You know, just casually rolling that around in my brain. Thinking about the Flogel flash, just a little. I think there's room for it here on Kildome. Right in the middle of jungle. right in the middle of jungle. Just a little Flogel flash, you know?
Just eat the flashbang.
Yeah, just if you're a defense, just stare directly at it and win is my go-to.
It is going to be an observation hit, and I think that's the smartest way to do this. This is what we saw from Chaos. Arise going to follow suit. Chaos was able to make this work. I don't even think... Oh, yeah, they are going to send a couple through Beach, is what it looks like from Arise. So they are going to send a split push here on their first attacking round.
Shooting out all the windows of observations. You don't get any free peeks into the jungle. Onto the screens of Arise. First time on offense. We'll see what they can do if they can get a round on the board. Because the defense just hasn't been cutting it.
Doors open, mollies are out. Zigolo. Trying to flashbang around this corner, and they know observation's clean now. Oh, good shots coming out from Sachi. Held the peak. Zigolo with the shotgun wants to get involved. Wants to get into a close range of that fight. As Arise are just slowly kind of creeping up in and around the bomb. Lacking able to take down one. 5v3. Favor of Arise.
Nice response. Immediately answered back. Wow. Ghetto doing a nice job down low, able to pick up two. Photon weak, gets caught trying to run away, lacking for four in the round. And gets all of them. Well, that's one way to kind of dispel any problems about the team play to begin our grand finals. They needed one on the board. They finally get it, lacking with 4 in the round.
Yeah, that's huge from lacking. And a lot of good trades coming out as well. Good communication from Arise. Use their numbers up to trade out. Lacking there. So a good start to the attack side for Arise as they were swept defensively. So they'll need to do the same thing back to Chaos if they want to keep this one close. Otherwise, Chaos might start running away with it. They're already almost halfway to the number they need.
Yeah, imagine we had a situation where Chaos is up 4-0. Not that it's not possible, but just to begin the grand finals, that would have been one hell of a statement. Granted, they had the longest warm-up possible yesterday, so for them, like, this is great. They got all of the jitters out of the way when they were playing Tim's Treasure Hunt. It's looking a little spicy. Loans with a nice little setup.
I was going to say, Lone's kind of up and away. Accounting, taking full focus in the middle of the map. It is going to be a Hall hit for Arise. And I like the pathing coming up from Arise. I think this is what I would have chose too, is to hit Hall, go up through Loans, into Accounting, fight through Accounting, open up the vault, and if you can do it, you control of Hall to rotate back and get on the vault. The question is, do you split this? Or do you just go through Manager and say, forget about it? Okay, yeah, it is going to be a split. I was going to say, you got to send someone through entrance. I feel like you got to have someone peeking, looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Any map, any stage of the season, yeah, you need at least one person entrance.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the grand finals of DPL season number 1. Arise and Chaos have been our top 2 teams throughout the season. They're here in the grand finals. Arise has been on top throughout the season, but find themselves down 2 rounds, I should say, against Chaos so far. On some brand new maps here for the finals. Let's see if Arise's split can work.
You know what they call this?
No.
A little 3-2.
Okay.
Go ahead and blow that door open for me. Show me what you got. Here it goes. Stun's in. And we are moving through. We are chugging along. Nobody's here. Pop the door open. Bang. Couple of shots throwing out in the entrance, avoiding the barbed wire, but Lacking's already inside. Arise are making their move.
Photon to open things up. He's traded out quickly by Brody. 4v4. Ghetto on the mop. Has to be careful here. And was pre-fired by Lacking all the way through. And Arise starting to take over. Plenty of time left, but they got to get control of Accountant.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous. Nomad's already low. I'm wondering if Lacking's just going to take over. I say that. He dies. Sachi, Zigalo, last alive. Chaos, able to hold on defensively. Weak, not out of it. Zigalo, still up. Blasts through security. 2v2. A foot race to each other.
Pressure's going to be on Arise here to make the play. And Zigalo's going to go down. Sachi in a 1v2.
Got full health. Doable. Trying to bait security.
This barbed wire is such a tough spot. He gets into Accounting, and there's more barbed wire.
Doable. Trying to bait security.
This barbed wire is such a tough spot. He gets into Accounting, and there's more barbed wire. Made a play back to Hall, and Sachi takes down Tommy. 1v1. Sachi, can he get the next? No, it's Rose who takes him down, and Chaos going to win the first defensive round of this series, and Arise. They had numbers up, and then they had numbers down, and just couldn't get the job done.
And they will take away the snipe. That mop will not be in the hands of Arise. So the defense going to get rewarded. 1v1 comes down the way of Arise, and again, this was a team where we said if they can skate alongside, if Chaos can skate alongside Arise long enough, if they can just stay close in a lot of these drawn-out rounds, absolutely go toe-to-toe with the best, and they can win those ones outright. They do, 4-1. 3 away from taking the first set.
Chaos look good. They look really good.
Yeah,
I feel like Arise feel a little flat right now. Yeah, how many times do we see them in numbers down situations? I mean, they don't typically get in that spot. So their execution has been poor so far.
It's basically been Lacking or bust. Like, it's kind of been like Lacking is doing his Chrome Trigger impression. And then it's hoping that the rest of the team kind of shows up in the right spot. I mean, again, not that previously on this map, that went the way of Chaos was indicative of bad things for Arise, but Arise looked a little bit discombobulated on their retake and kind of ran into sight cleanly without a lot of pre-fire, which is very uncharacteristic for this map. And I'm curious if they're just either underestimating Chaos or just not on the same page as of yet.
Yeah, it might take a little bit of Arise to get into this one, and it has so far. It's 4-1. I mean, this is a scoreline that we rarely see come out from Arise. Not to say they can't. I don't want to take anything away from the start, to say the least. I think most people would be surprised by this scoreline. Again, not necessarily 4-1, and it hasn't really been close. A couple of good 1v1 wins by Chaos, but other than that, I mean, they've been just better on their pushes.
Toe with them. They were up 3-2 back a couple of weeks ago against Arise. Eventually tied up that first set in week 5, then lost the second set. But back then it was just 2 sets in general. There was no best of. You just got points for playing. So they've gone the distance against Arise before, and then they got wiped in that second set. It's a very different situation now. They're in.
A lot of wall banging happening. Now, literal chaos breaking out in front of us. Zigalo will go down. Lacking will go down. Ghetto's traded out as well. But Chaos with the numbers up. Noon trying to get another angle.
Noon's so weak. Like literally a hair.
He's hitting pretty far. Here comes the wall chart. At least it's brought into kitchen.
They're going to have to make a move here. They can't sit here for long. They don't have the health to be able to fight back. Here it comes. One flash out. Sachi's going to make the first push. Noon's going to make the second. Noon's able to get one. I lied. Got tags in. And really, really unsure of how we're going to approach this from Arise. To be fair, there's really not much they can do in this spot outside of wall charging their way through and just hoping for a miracle here. Here comes a nade. All right, they are able to get one.
Yeah, it's a big kill for Brody. That's traded out. Brody does have that auto shotgun, but time's running out. There's 20 seconds left. They need to get to the bomb the next 9 seconds, and they are near it. Auto shotgun not going to connect. Not the way they wanted to, and Chaos with 3 alive. Auto shotgun not going to connect. Not the way they wanted to, and Chaos with 3 alive. Going to go up 5 against Arise.
Didn't expect this game 1 to be this one-sided, and while there were moments there where the offense was able to finally penetrate site, still a little too one-dimensional that we're used to seeing from Arise. Could just take some time for this team to get going, but credit where credit is due. Chaos are playing faster, cleaner, not more complicated than Arise, just simply outplaying them on the simple things. And it's working. They're up 5-1. It hasn't been that close. Very interesting start to our grand finals, and Chaos are feeling very good. If I'm them, I'm like, we want to win this as quickly as possible, get this first set done. The longer you give Arise to warm up, the worse it gets.
Wow, look at this map. You got Power sitting in the middle up there, top of Toxic.
Oh my goodness. Tetra, did you do this? You did this, didn't you?
And Arise really need to get going. I mean, you're right. If you're Chaos, you're saying, okay, let's just close this out. I mean, if we can get a 7-1 here, it'd be huge. Arise certainly not up to snuff right now, and you don't want them to wake up in the middle of this series. If you would rather get one under your belt and then have to deal with them next series if they do wake up. But you got to give some credit over to Chaos. They are performing perfectly right now. That was a great hold on that last map. Really pushed Arise back. Arise really had nothing to show.
Man, that Tim's Treasure Hunt versus Arise, Chaos series might go down as like the most important series of the season. If Chaos do eventually roll this into a win. I mean, that was a warm-up, a heat check. It was everything that Chaos needed to figure out exactly where they sat on championship weekend. And they are 1 round away from going to match point. Hashtag I love DP. Let's put some I love DP in the chat. Hashtag H4F.
So is
Do you love DP?
I love DP.
Thank you. Thank you.
There it is. Big DP fan. So it is a 3-2. The 2, I'm assuming, is going through server farm. Yeah, it's pretty rare, honestly, that you see Arise send all 5. Even in the times where they do send, 4, there'll be one that'll be lurking somewhere else. So they never really ever push all 5. Waiting to see what happens, and now they'll push in. Lacking, checking corners. Into the Toxic they go. They find one, a good flash, and the power's taken out.
Nicely done. Executed to perfection on the opening break. Minute 34 to go. I'll have to check up into office quickly. Can't waste a lot of time on this rotation to site. There's not a lot to be given. Lacking. The right side of your mini-map. Swinging in slowly. All shots continue to ring out. Players remain up. One more will fall. Chaos losing numbers quickly. Arise have a very good hit. Arise are onto the point. Arise onto the bomb. Wow, they're just wiping everybody off the point. This is a massive, massive round for Tommy. I'm going to say, come and get me. Waste time. That's it. Arise will get a necessary round win on offense here. They'll give up just a little bit, but they'll take back what might be an auto shotty. Regardless, a 5-2 game is much better than 6-1.
Yeah, strong push by Arise. One that was much needed from them. So we'll see if that will continue. One that was much needed from them. So we'll see if that will continue going into the rest of the series, or if Chaos can close it out.
I was looking at the map layout as this round was kicking off, and Docks was like the width of a door. And that made me really excited, because I wanted to see if anybody would really try to push it, or if Docks will be more viable for the rest of today. We need more Docks in our lives. Wow, that's a big observation, and Beach is back.
Arise on attack here, and wouldn't be surprised to see them go observation, just because observation leads straight into the top part of jungle there. And up and over the bomb. They're actually going to go straight through pit, though. So a pit hit through jungle. Going to be tough on this push, because you're walking straight into low ground against players that are more than likely going to be sitting observation and or that top jungle. So curious how that's going to work out for them. And looks like I wouldn't be surprised to see the Beach split with the Riot Shield, as they've been pointing out. It'll be Brody on the Saber.
I like that.
For Arise, not Noon.
I like it. I like it a lot. Show me something different. Show me what the Saber can do in the right hands. Look, if you're gonna have the parallel fight between Tommy and Noon, I think keeping the sniper out of Noon's hands and giving him something he can, not that he's not okay with the snipe, but allow Noon to get a little bit more aggressive. Show me what a Ghetto versus Brody snipe battle looks like.
See if Ghetto can get one here. He sees one. We'll put a body shot on. Lacking at half health. Brody hit hard as well. So Arise softened up a little bit on the Beach push. Ghetto still trying. You can see his bullets streaking on Beach. Brody down to 13 HP. Brody goes down first.
Nice.
Great
Great read
trade
by
it back.
Noon. Much slower approach from Arise.
Wow. That's a big kill from Noon. And lacking to clean up. Things flipping around on Chaos's head. Oh, great peek from Photon. Kept his health up as well. Has his eyes on the riot shield.
Just taking it.
Somebody needs to get eyes on the bomb, 50%. Photon's almost out of ammo as well. Onto the pistol.
You got him off bomb. You got him off bomb. Oh, it was it.
Photon's almost out of ammo as well. Onto the pistol.
You got him off bomb. You got him off bomb. Oh, it was at 77%. They can just stick this and win. They will.
Yeah, you can't get back.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. That's just good pressure from the defense of Chaos all the way around. Arise, a really phenomenal round. And Corelli, in that round, we saw Arise slow the game down to a crawl, and it finally looked like everybody was on the same page.
And Arise clawing back into this one. This is now becoming a little bit of a nightmare for Chaos because it was not a good start for Arise. They did not look good. Now all of a sudden things coming together. Slow start, but Chaos having to rely on the lead they built up, but it's slowly dwindling away. Arise are winning all of their attacking side pushes here in this set.
No time to panic, but definitely a little caution.
Panic, don't need to freak out quite yet. Trade back and forth here. Is he becoming a bit wiser here? It is going to be a hall push for Arise into Loans. Brody calling out the sight line that may come out from accounting through Loans into Hall. Have to be careful. A lot of attention going over this Hall, though. I mean, it's really either their, obviously, entrance, which you know there's going to be someone, and then hitting accounting. It's not super popular to hit up accounting on that red door.
Yeah. Do it anyway.
Accounting's pretty tough to win.
You mean the accounting manager duel is not the cleanest way to get into bank? It seems like all the players have kind of avoided that this season. Like, those gunfights happen as the round spells out, but we haven't seen people say, I'm going to choose to go accounting to manager, just because it's so difficult to break into. First blood.
Wow.
That's going to find it. Yeah, that's really, really big. Again, another instance where Arise just look like finally they're starting to wake up. We'll move in. Flash will connect. Gigolo's got to be careful. Right into entrance. Getting aggressive is Sachi. And is able to walk away with the win and stay alive. Lacking picks up another. Through the smoke. Couple players very, very weak. Sachi, one of them. The defense getting teared apart right now inside accounting. And it looks like Arise are going to continue to walk through this spree of rounds they've been able to string together.
Lacking.
4 will stay up. 5-4. That is 2 straight for Arise.
Lacking just turn and burn on that last player, Roach. My goodness. And Arise in 1. Chaos, they had their fun in the beginning, but that is 3 straight for Arise on this side. Now, Arise, they haven't done so well defensively, and Chaos has proven that they can win a couple on their defensive side, but all of a sudden now, Arise looking much, much better.
Mm-hmm. That's the scary thing, man. It's just about when this team's going to wake up. And if you're Chaos, you're back to Factory, you're looking back to Kill Dome, and you're saying those are the maps you need to close out. It's getting a little scary. It was 5-1 to remind you at one point. 5-4. Arise on the run. Factory we go. Oh, brother. I know we said that you're not panicking, but now you're getting a little worrisome now. You're a little worrisome. Like, oh, God.
You're getting a little nervous. But now you're switch sides now, and you're on the attack. You know that you've had a lot of success on the attack, and that Arise hasn't proven that they can win defensively on these maps quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got a little bit of confidence there for Chaos. And Chaos hasn't really given too much of an indication of where they want to go. Is it a storage hit up into office? Is it sorting into office? It could be sorting. Is it just walking into server farm? Maybe it's a dock hit, Spaceman.
Come on, show me the docks. It's right there. It's the width of a penny. What are we doing? Single file all the way through the docks. Will they expect it? No. Will you be ready? No. Will be awesome. Yeah.
They're bringing a door charge, so without much of an indication, it looks like they may be going towards sorting. Yep, and they did put one down on sorting. So we'll be the push towards sorting. And this is the most direct way of doing it. We saw Arise come through storage and immediately try and take the power in Toxic. You're going to see a different solution to this map in Chaos going through sorting and trying to, I would assume, blitzkrieg the bomb. And maybe a split as well. Through could possibly be the case. They've opened up the door. Ghetto. A grenade to take care of that barbed wire. There is a player here.
Mm-hmm.
And now Chaos still going all the way around. Use this door charge. So a little misdirection here, spending a lot of time.
Yeah. There's no way in but through for Tommy. That's the tough part. Yeah, the commit, or you have to re-rack on your rotation, and that takes time. Time you don't, the defense can set up and start to get positioned like we see here for Noon.
He's got eyes on the bomb, too.
Yeah. And this is such a deep pull in the back of the map with the Ingmar. I mean, that's 2 shots to the body or the head. It's GG's. Yeah, Ingmar is just going to be way too good. Noon able to pick up 2 and shuts down the push. Chaos stuck in no man's land now. Where do they go? What do they have? Tommy's weak. Zigalo stunned, flashed. He gets caught.
Oh.
Traded quickly. It goes from a 4-2 to a 2v2.
Big win by Ghetto there. Tommy's pretty weak, though. And Tommy. Time's run out. Tommy gets another. 1v1. Sachi try to stay alive. Both players one shot in. Tommy coming around the corner to finish it off. A 3-piece for
He didn't
him.
get it.
But he did not get the defuse. A whole second needed.
Man.
And Arise did just enough to tie it up.
Oh, man. 4 rounds in a row for Arise.
Yeah, this is
4
scary.
in a row. Man, that's terrifying.
This is scary. If you Arise have woken up. Good morning.
Wake up! It's 5-1 at one point, by the way.
And now it's 5-5.
Yep. We'll see you in round 17.
And like you said, I mean, that's what, 4 in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Chaos still on attack. It is Rise who have won their first defensive round in this series. And they seem to be steamrolling right now. I mean, Chaos is just lucky that they've had the lead that they've had. This would look a lot. I mean, it would look the same way it did with Chaos sitting at 4-1. It's 4-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I still don't think it's time to panic. You're not in a losing position. You're actually in a very much winning position, but you just haven't put it together the last 4 rounds. That came down to a 1v1 with both players with less than 10 health. So if I'm Chaos, stick to the plan, stay the part.
Yep. Lay it where it lies. The good news for Chaos going into this offensive round is that defensively, Arise have not had the same success as Chaos. So while Arise has 4 round wins offensively, Chaos with 3, Arise only has 1 defensive round win. Purely off of that idea alone, Chaos have a chance here to take the lead. Should they be able to keep the trend of outperforming against an Arise defense that has proven at times they can be shaky. But this is a big round. This is the round that might make or break the mental of the first set for Chaos. They have to find a way to execute for Arise. What a way to pull the wind out of the sails of Chaos if they're take this one.
Yeah, this is, like you said, this is the make or break round, I think. Can Chaos get right back on the horse, or are Arise going to demoralize the opposition to the point they might not make it? Comes down to possibly even this peak from Photon.
Right up the beach.
The mop is in play from Noon. Ooh. Little whack-a-mole there. Careful.
Well, now they know. Yep.
Body shot on the Ghetto.
Just got smokes there does not mean that they can't still shoot you. Be careful. Lacking. Powerhouse that was Bank. We'll move in. Shots ringing out everywhere.
10% on the bomb already, and they're just going for chaos. Sachi still undisturbed, but then as soon as you open up the door, taken out. That's 3 down on both sides, 2v2.
Photon with the snipe, not the weapon you'd like maybe in this moment, but land 1 shot, that's a very different conversation. 45 seconds.
He swapped. He's got the AP-25 now, and this is weak. Photon's at half health. The bomb is about, yeah, I was going to say, it's over 50%. Buy back a little bit of time. Nomad with a huge kill. Traded out. Ziglo can't get it done, and Photon going to get the defuse in time. Chaos put Arise on match point.
They stop the bleeding. They guarantee themselves a tie at least. That's their first round in the last 5. And a massive win for Chaos. It came down to a 2v2. Photon able to clutch up. Don't fall in the pit. And my goodness, Arise will now try to fight for the tie. And for Chaos, they just get hyper aggressive. Say, you know what? We're just going to force the fight on site. We're going to stick the defuse. And it works out.
It certainly did. And that's a huge, huge win for Chaos. They at least guaranteed themselves a tie here. But they got to do it one more time if they want to close things out. And Arise, just when you thought they were heating up, that was the hole might have been too deep. At this point, they're just playing for the tie to get themselves into overtime.
What do you draw up here? You're Chaos on offense. You're
I
one round away.
Counting.
What do you draw up here?
Ooh. They do have a lot of util at their disposal. They have their wall charge. They have a door charge. I don't know if that means coming through Hall or if they are going through accounting.
See, door charge, counting door, and then wall charge in hall.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they were wanting to do. They're very concerned about lobby, which is initially where they were putting down the wall charge, but I think now it's just going to be used to get in through hall. They're going to come in from both sides. So interestingly, I don't know if you're going to see anyone come through entrance.
Force Arise to play defense without giving up freebies and entrance. I think at this point, you know you're going to get naded. You know there's going to be barbed wire. You know there are going to be a lot of contest spots on entrance. Why give anything away for free like that? They will be using the wall charge. Nomad standing around it. Door charge in. Smoke's already out. Offense taking their time. Nice smoke, man. Well, how long does this take to develop? They do send a couple of numbers to entrance. Kind of pull attention away from the door charge. In goes Nomad. Lacking. Might be able to catch one. Zigalo, auto shotty. He wastes Nomad. And a follow-up will be there from Arise. They find two. Almost finding three.
Oh,
they
gosh.
do. The offense is getting cut up quickly like minced meat. There's nowhere to go. And the last two members stay on the outside of entrance. This might be a tie.
I was surprised. I think Roach thought he had finished off the first man and then didn't, and switched to another. Tough spot here for Chaos. Two players on the outside of the map still trying to get in.
You gotta go. Time just to waste around the door. Like, baiting doesn't matter at this point. It's a 5v2. You gotta go.
Not one. Can't get two, and a tie here to kick things off for our grand final, which means we're going to an overtime.
You know what that means? We look back to week 5 where both these teams tied and Chaos did eventually take it. My goodness. Welcome back. Another tie here. And one that's hilarious too. I got to question that last play. The decision to split entrance and hall, not a bad one, but the execution from that looked so... What's the word I want to use? But they didn't look like they were... I'm trying to find a word. They didn't look like they were pressed for time. They looked like they were playing the first round of a set, and that was the round to clinch the win. And they just... I'm curious about that play.
Yeah, well, I think also, too, having your last two players rotate from entrance all the way around just so late, they were never going to win. Everyone knew where they were going to come from, especially after they started throwing flashbangs through the door. Very tough for the offense to, in numbers down situation like that, re-enter the map from that side. So good work from Arise, again, winning crucial gunfights when they stopped the push basically as soon as it started. And those last two players on Chaos eliminated basically from the play. They just have to go into a kill box. So, I mean, there wasn't much that they were able to do there. So good work from Arise to really fight back too, right? This is a team that started off extremely slow. It was 5-1, and they were able to get it back to a tie. So maybe the best you could ask for on a slow start. And now if you're Chaos, I mean, yes, you got yourself to a tie at the very least, but we'll see what happens here in the overtime.
Again, the overtime rules go at the first to 4 rounds. So if we tie an OT, we do it again. First 4 rounds. And now a chance for both teams that they've settled in, I hope, to take this overtime almost like a mini set and just say, all right, what can they put on the table? And for Chaos, a frustrating first set. They're up 5-1. They lose the following 4 rounds in a row. They get one back. They're 6. And they kind of, not give away the last round, but they kind of don't show their best hand and get punished quickly. And now they're going to have to fight through an OT. So if you're Rise, this is the best case scenario. Gone really, really bad, then very, very good. And now you have a chance to really steal away this first set and make Chaos's life even more difficult.
Yeah, best case scenario after the slow start for sure. So that's about as good as you're going to get there for Arise. So we'll see what they could do here into overtime.
It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to see how it goes, and we'll make sure that we will get all the teams in, all the players ready to go. We're going to jump into a ranked match with them, so that way we can give you guys good updates, both on the round count and the score count. But if you're just joining us, again, welcome into the grand finals. It's Arise versus Chaos, the number 1 and 2 teams, respectively, going head-to-head. Chaos out to a 5-1 start, 2 rounds away from winning the first set of this best-of-3. And then Arise happened, and then Arise come all the way back, and they clutch up and tie us up at 6-6. So we'll be playing in overtime, first to 4 rounds. Do you have an inkling of who you think is going to take the advantage in this one? Do you think that last round really said anything about either team, or is it just too close to call?
I'm not going to flip-flop. All right, I said Arise in the beginning. I'm going to Arise. It was a disappointing start from them, but I do think that they'll turn it around here in the overtime, and they certainly have been turning it around in the regular time as well. So we'll get everyone in. Reminder, this will be a full match, so meaning it'll be queued into a normal match, but it'll be the first to 4. If it gets to 3-3, we'll just keep playing, and the first to 7. 3, we'll just keep playing, and the first to 7. And if we tie there again, well, then I guess we'll go into another game.
We'll see you in round 17.
So it will be a Rise on attack, and for Arise fans, that's a big one because this is where they had most of their success. Was on attack. So let's see if they can put it together. Bomb and Freezer here on C-Store. So a lot of discussion going on with Arise on where they would like to attack. Teller is an interesting spot. Red door there. Shed also. Red door into Liquor. You could catch power on the way, or you could walk into storage and then catch power into bathroom. Regardless, there is a garrison in the back of a Freezer that'll be very tough to break. So you need to save util. If I'm here, you got to save util for the back of Freezer. You know someone's going to be anchoring the point.
It might be Tommy. Tommy might be poked back there in a corner. That's actually who I'd want back there. If there is a rush at some point, I would want my best sub to be the one to engage. Because if you lose a player like Tommy or a player like Noon quickly, it does feel like the front line kind of carries a lot of what Chaos are capable of mechanics-wise.
Yeah, the defensive spot on this map will be very interesting. How do they approach Freezer? How heavy do they want to sit in the back of Freezer? Obviously, they want to protect lights in bathroom as well. And of course, sitting in the back of Freezer, you're not going to be able to help your teammates up in storefront either. So this is a very, very interesting bomb placement and Freezer placement. The expectation is some of these players will be coming, or at least the attackers will be coming through somewhere an entrance to get that angle.
Lights are out. Oh, it's going to get scary. Here we go. Lacking. Playing so excellent in the beginning of the series. Really stepped up for a rise. Clearing out Arcade. No first bloods as of now. Oh my god. Dip out of dodge. Lacking. Roach is back here. Roach is the only one from Chaos defensively sitting on site. Photon will take down Noon. Both teams will trade. 4v4. Under 60 to go. Pinstripes in the kill feed. Now a couple of reds. It's Chaos walking away with the advantage. Chaos down to a 2v2. Zigalo able to get one. Tommy, the last alive. Of all the players to make the play. You gotta think Tommy's in the right position to do so. The stick. Punching the numbers. Tommy hip fires his way through one. Tommy, 1v1. Tommy trying to win the round. Chaos relying on their best gunny. Tommy gets it in time. Tommy is too good, and that's why you keep him on the outskirts just for a play like that. Chaos will take the opening round on a note.
from Tommy, going big there. Look at health left. My, oh my, what a way to start for Chaos. Arise had been so good on the attack in regulation, and now Chaos coming out on C-Store defensively, and Tommy going huge. Keeps Chaos in it on the board first.
He's a little demon. You need players to step up and make plays. That's one of them. That's been one of them. We saw Lacking do it on Arise. We've seen Noon do it before, but on Chaos, a big time for Tommy to go clutch on a 1v2. Big time for Tommy to go clutch on a 1v2. First round. Fought for, won by Chaos. Now what do Arise have?
Yeah, that's a shame for Arise. I feel like they've been playing better and better, and execution-wise was fine, and couldn't hold on. Tommy going too big there. But just a single round. This is exactly how it started last. Looks like into office. What they did last time, they went straight into Toxic to turn off the lights as well. I don't know if we're going to get that.
Show me a little 3-2 split, Crowley. What do you
Show me
got?
a little 3-2 split.
Go ahead and draw that up for me. I like how the entire middle map is covered by both question marks and flashes. It's just a straight line of util.
Let's see how Arise could do. It will take a while to be put together, though, as Sachi will have to blow the first door. Lacking, pushing in. One player out in office, almost getting the wall bang there. Amazing how these players kind of know the timing on that wall bang, especially. So Molly comes down, will slow the push a little bit more, but Lacking's already in Toxic. Sachi takes one. Arise on the board first. No trades come out. Sigil low. That's going to land. The fight on over bomb is being won by Roach. It's traded out. Another one for Lacking. Traded out again. Still tied numbers. Noon able to bring it down. Roach will fall. Everyone almost getting involved there from Arise. 3 left up. The attackers going to win this one. Arise on the board.
Lacking gets 2 in the round. Noon and Brody combined for 2. A big response in the OT. We tied up. Arise able to find their first round on offense. Big stop for them. Take their time to check the bodies, make sure all util's been cleaned up. I wouldn't expect this overtime to go any differently between these two teams, how back and forth it's been. This is very much a situation where we could be looking at a 3-3, waiting to see who takes that 4th round. Luckily, there will be no tie here. You just play till you win.
No, you can tie.
Am I blanking?
Yeah, you can tie 3-3. That's what we had yesterday.
That's right. That's right. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. You're absolutely right.
We had double and triple overtime. Field open, go. One apiece. Both teams a better look on their respective wins. I think Arise looked good there. Chaos looked good on the round, the first round, I should say. And now Arise going to be hitting Observation. Again, this is the one with the bomb sitting deep in the middle of the jungle. And I think Observation is the right way to go. Of course, you'll probably have someone lurk Beach as usual. Winning a gunfight, getting a pick here for Arise and Observation would be huge. Chaos need to be smart to not allow that to happen. I mean, especially if you black out the glass in there, Arise won't have that much more information sitting in Observation. And there's no real vantage point for there. Like, there's no window for them to peek out from. It's doorways, so it's not like they just get to sit in there for free and gather information. Just don't need to overextend into Observation. We'll see if the defense can play here that's going to slow down Arise enough. A lot of attention over to the Observation side. Saber will be coming out on Beach, of course. It will be Brody again on the Saber.
Remember, last time it was Chaos on offense. They just rushed site and forced the gunfights out. Do Arise do the same thing? I doubt it, but do they do the same thing? The old...
Always making him think. Ooh. Good molly.
Great molly. God damn.
Comes down to the snipe. Whoa. Brody. Got his head taken off. Got all three of these players loading up a grenade. They let it go. Little 3, 2, 1. Shots coming out. Lackey gets his first. Traded out. Ziglo as well. Numbers up for Arise. Ghetto, who almost caught the head of Brody on Beach. Noon will get one more. Tommy needs to go big. Can he get one back? No. Damage is done to Noon, but Sachi's there to clean it up. Ghetto, the last alive on the mop. Can't find it. The defuse is coming in, and Ghetto just trying to play for some damage down. Not going to find it. And are going to go up 2-1.
Back and forth we go. To back-to-back rounds for Arise. Oh, we're shooting bodies. Oh, buddy. Oh, we're shooting bodies. Uh-oh. Arise are feeling it. Trying to make a statement. Chaos, you better be watching. Better be seeing that. Yeah, we're shooting bodies now. That is a curse as old as time. But Arise could be the team to break it.
Yeah, good quality, slow push coming out from Arise. Won the gunfights, traded out gunfights where they had it. With numbers up. Clinical from Arise. On to the defensive side. Let's see how Chaos can do on the attack.
I think we're putting Tommy back in bathroom and putting Roach in freezer again.
I'm surprised there hasn't been, Chaos did not do this on their defensive side. They did not have anyone sitting deep in freezer.
Yeah.
Arise, it looks like they kind of thought it for a second. I don't know if they'll set up that way. But if they get all the way, if you have one player sitting in freezer, they get all the way there, the likelihood of them still holding on to some util is pretty low. But then again, that player sitting deep in freezer is not helping his team, so there is a trade-off to it. A reminder, Arise winning this round would put Chaos on match point. It would be the first of 4 here overtime. So a crucial round for both sides.
Very crucial round. Chaos playing with a little bit less confidence than what we've seen earlier. Yeah, I think that's just oversimplification. I think it's just credit to Arise kind of coming online and evening out the playing field. But what do we need to see from Chaos? Is it just a one person stepping up like a Tommy? Is it a gameplay change? Do they need to play more aggressive? Is there anything on your eyes, Curly, that you're seeing from Chaos that has changed since they started losing all those rounds?
I mean, when there's not something that sticks out, I mean, it's tough too. You might even say that Tommy has been keeping Chaos up and propping them up with some of the big plays that he's made individually. You're not going to get that every single round from him. It's just impossible for anyone to keep up action.
All right, entrance is open. With some shots to begin. Ghetto has a shot. He says it's going to be a really tough break in. EL12, not going to have a lot of range to it. Photon, have to be careful, repositioning. Get behind some cover. One player working from the far back. In we go. Oh, tough one. Tough break there. First blood for the hands of Arise, and a second. Nomad, Tommy, Ghetto, the only one's up. Ghetto with a shotty. He's going to have to get up close and personal. Not a lot of real estate to happen. Response there from Chaos. Nomad will take the fight and the swing. Nobody gets one. 2 drop for Arise. Into the bathroom. Zigolo with a shotgun. A dream. Hold that.
Oh.
Blasts him. Ghetto's out of the play.
$3v2. 34 seconds left. Sachi. I would run, and this is what I'm talking about. Defense being able to retreat back behind her, and it doesn't matter. Zigolo going to take everyone down, and Arise put Chaos on match point here.
Man, that was looking a little scary for a second, but Arise do what they do best. They draw the round out to the very, very end. They're able to win it outright. Start off with this Roach stun. Once Roach goes down, confidence from Arise. They start to move into position. Nomad with a great little pickup here. The follow-up from Zigolo, once bathroom is locked away, there's really no way to penalty, and just so much real map given to Arise. This was pretty much done and dusted once the shotty was cleanly in Zigolo's hands. 3-1. 1 round away, like Corelli just mentioned, from taking the overtime. That would be the first set of this grand finals. Arise would go up 1-0.
Yeah, this, I mean, for how great Chaos looked at the beginning, this would be a shame to drop this overtime in a 4-1 fashion, but the way Arise has been playing, it's been looking closer and closer to that. Chaos have to come up with something special here on the attack on Factory. I mean, this is not an easy one. Lots of open space around the bomb. The lights are in an interesting spot at the top of Toxic. But lots of open sight lines in and around the bomb. Server Farm has a couple, even a spot in between Toxic and Server Farm. This is a tough one for attackers. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've seen this a few times from teams in Server Farm really wanting to play aggressive up in front of that first, I guess, block of servers. Playing around the corner, stifling the push from the attackers. I wouldn't even hate the idea of sending 2 players there if you really want to call them out on it. You just got to make sure they're not going through storage first. But it looks like it's actually going to be a little cheeky sorting hit.
No docks. That's what they meant by the red X. No docks for anybody.
No docks. This could be the end of this series, or at least this game. If Arise were to win this one, they would win this overtime. If you're just joining us, this is still 0-0 in the series, but Arise and Chaos went to a 6-6 tie in the first round, so we play first to 4 here in this overtime, despite what the top screen may say. And Arise are just 1 round away. It could be here. Brody might have Ghetto. Ghetto could smell him around the corner. And Ghetto still has about 30% of his health as well. Here comes Roach.
A lot of time here for Arise. Through the smoke still. Gonna get burned. Noon's not gonna move. Noon gonna get a free kill just a shot all the way around by Arise. Chaos trying to regroup.
That's sneaky from Noon. The offense losing track of him. Ghetto gets a second though. 3v3. Nomad goes down. 2v2. It's just Noon left. Noon versus Photon and Ghetto. And Ghetto and Photon going to combine and get the defuse Chaos. Stay alive.
Keep it going. They win one more, we will be tied up, and we will keep going into another set of this overtime. On match point for Arise. Chaos, they got to win this next match. And if they do, we'll play another couple of rounds. First to 4, same rules apply.
Yeah, quality pick there from Ghetto, by the way. Ghetto dropping would have given back 2 kills on the side of Chaos, which would have been 2 more players up for Arise. So Ghetto, certainly the MVP. Of course, getting the 4-piece as well. He would have never gotten that. So very, very well done from Ghetto. And for Chaos, a massive, massive boon for their offense and for their lives here in this overtime. If they win this one, then we go to another overtime.
I told you, we'll see you around 17.
I mean, what are we at? We're at 17 right now.
There you go. How about that?
It will be the observation hit again. We've seen this basically every single time on this particular map. Attackers have had some semi-success here. Mop will come out on the base as well. Again, pretty standard. See if Noon can get a pick there. Noon getting a pick would be huge for Arise to close this one out. If you could snuff out Beach, you could clamp back down onto Jungle and Observation.
Predictions, Corelli. Are we going to another OT here?
I like I said, I'm not going to flip-flop. I'll stick with my prediction since the beginning. It works out. It's actually going to be a 3-2 split in favor of Beach here. Cheeky little spot here from Noon, if he can find one. Repositioning through pit. And actually, coming back around.
Great Molly.
So it will be 3 through observation in the end. Photon and Tommy through base.
Taking a little bit long. long for Chaos to finally get in. They do. Do they get in clean? No. Refall for Chaos. That is a brutal way to begin this round. Don and Tommy, the last one's alive. Not even 30 seconds into the round.
I mean, just minus the time, and this is really where the push started for Chaos, and it was immediately stopped. Now Photon's just hoping that he can get a pick somewhere. Try and lower the numbers a little bit. Wow. Need to win this one if you're Tommy. You need to do it pretty cleanly as they'll escape for now. Sees one. Takes care of this. 1v3, 1v nothing as a 3v1 ends up 0 ice. Will be taking the first map. It was a battle, but overtime is what it took. It's 1-0 Arise here in our grand final.
See you in 17. That's just the way it goes, man. Arise shot bodies first. They had to back it up. Tommy almost made but in the end, Arise bounced back from a 5-1 deficit to win it 4-2 in overtime. That is my takeaway here, is that this team was down, backs against the wall, quite literally, almost being kicked out of the first set, and they ended up winning it all. And for Chaos, I mean, they came as close as you possibly could, but they had multiple opportunities, I think, in this set to be able to close it out. And the fact that they didn't, one, credit to Arise, two, leave some questions for Chaos, sure, but it shows you the caliber of these two teams, Corelli. Those are the moments, those are small things in this grand finals that you're not going to get often. So for Chaos, some work to be done, but they had some chances here. They just couldn't close it out.
And for Arise, I mean, this was a very, very, very slow start, but it shows how adaptable they can be, how they can adapt to a slow start, not only from themselves, but also I think with a really good start coming out from Chaos as well. So it was the perfect storm for them in the beginning, but Arise looking good near the end of regulation and into overtime, taking care of business in the end. So they go up 1-0 in our grand finals. Spaceman, I stuck to my guns. I said that. I said Arise, stuck to my guns, and they come out on top.
You did. You stuck to it, and it worked out. Nobody went docs, so shame on all the players here. But we'll give them a break to get some water, get some snacks, and when we come back from this commercial break, we'll continue on with our second set of this grand finals. So far, Arise and Chaos have not disappointed. They've gone the distance to 1 OT. Do we get 2? Who knows? We'll find out after the break. Oh, welcome back, gamers. How y'all doing? It's me, Corelli, that Spaceman. We got ourselves our grand finals match. It's Arise, it's Chaos. Arise just took it 4-2 in the overtime. They went 6-6 in the first set. We had to play an OT because they just couldn't close it out, but then they do. Remember, Chaos was up 5-1. Then they went to OT. Then they lost. So now, pressure's on Chaos to respond going into our next set. Corelli, do Arise take it here on out? Do they just roll their way through this grand finals? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm a little worried. In a lot of situations like this, you have a team that's put up a good fight, went the distance, teams that weren't expected to win, and then they fall apart in the second series. So I'm hoping that's not the case for Chaos. I don't think it'll be the case. Like I said, I'm going to stick to my guns. I still have Arise winning, but I do think that that Chaos is putting up more than a fight than I expected in that first round, especially that 5-1 start is fantastic for them. I don't know if they're going to have that luxury this time around, so that's why I'm a little bit more hesitant about Chaos.
Remember, folks, back in week 5, Arise and Chaos went the distance in the first set, and then Arise came out when they were warmed up in the second set and won 7-1. We just went the distance more so in this set into OT, and now Arise have a chance to repeat history. If they do, they will be your season 1 to the Due Process League. For Chaos, it feels like what worked really well in the first set, Corelli, was just simply they played at their own pace. Like we saw beginning on Kill House where Chaos were on site, taking a defuse. Arise just kind of ran at them. Like there were moments where it looked like Arise weren't playing as a team. They weren't yet sure how they were going to approach the game. And it seemed like Chaos were thriving in the lack of a better term chaos. They were thriving in that pressure. Since then, they've really allowed Arise to slow it down offensively. And it seems like Arise has started to figure out how Chaos want to play. Do Chaos need an individual to step up? Do they need to play faster? Is there something not gelling with them? I've asked you this before. I'm going to do it again because why not? Who cares? Like, where do we sit right now? Is it out of reach? Do Chaos have something else to give us? Because it does feel like Arise is starting to pick them apart.
No, I don't think it's out of reach, and I certainly don't think that it's not possible for Chaos. I mean,
Is it impossible?
They went to an overtime. They pushed Arise to the brink, and certainly that was a little bit of Arise playing poorly in the beginning, but and waking up. But Chaos still, even later into that round, won a couple more rounds later and a couple there on overtime. So for Chaos, I don't know. I'm not going to come out here and pick on one player and say this person's been playing poorly or these two players have been playing poorly. I think more so just Chaos haven't been able to execute the same rate as Arise have once Arise woke up. And so now Chaos, they get another shot at him.
Say it with your chest. Wartime General will not let this happen. Speaking of, shout out to the show match, to all the players and gamers who came to play, Team Pojo Man, Team Bikini. Shout out to the creators who took time out of their day to play some Due Process and highlight the game.
Yeah.
Charlie, when do we get the Due Process stream? When's that coming in?
We can get some games in. I'm down.
Yeah, when's the Due Process stream coming, dude?
It's coming right now. It's on right now. You're watching Arise and Chaos. That's the one you really want to watch. It looks like.
The question.
I mean, yeah, nobody wants to watch me play the game, okay? Looks like Arise wants to hit server farm. We had little baby toxic rooms here so far, and they've all been holding lights. We'll see if this will out for Arise. I haven't seen too much. Chaos. The Chaos want to hold closer back towards the light on Toxic before pushing, especially considering there isn't really anything to hide behind in server farm beside the little sliver of servers there.
Or charging. We saw it through crates and onto site, but that was the last time.
You mean the wall charge?
The wall charge, excuse me. Yes.
We have not seen that. And that was something we saw multiple teams do in 1 week, and we stopped.
Go the lights. Uh-oh, it's getting dark. Photon. That was your teammate. Photon on your screen. First round of the second set. Arise took the opening. And they'll find first blood to begin. It's lacking yet again.
Ooh, Brody. Getting a second for Arise, and Chaos need to fight back. Need to put a hand up. Put some shots down. Defuse is coming out. I don't know, they might just stick this with how deep Chaos are playing. Another comes out from Lacking the trade. A fourth from Noon. The last man in Chaos is there, and they're not going to get the job done. Nomad falls. And Arise, only one. Take the first round.
Because the Borg defense looked stout for Chaos, but the push too much to handle. Opening picks from Lacking and Brody really did most of the damage here. With that first round of the second set, a couple of teabags goes the way of Arise. They're shooting bodies. Dude, they're on a mission right now, dude. They do not like Chaos.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, teabagging is a lost art. We don't get that much anymore.
Go ahead and draw me up the old 1-2 tap. What does that look like to you?
Go ahead and show
Swing
me
low.
the Halo 3 2009 lobbies.
Yeah. I like that. Chaos are feeling good. Oh, wait, excuse me. Arise are feeling good. Chaos, not so much.
Not so good.
It's a long set, though.
Long set, but it is starting off differently, and Chaos need to like dig in now. Like they need to have it can't be when Arise goes up 3-0 and you're like, okay, let's start playing well, guys. It's like, no, you're not starting the same way you did last time. You're not starting off 4-1. I mean, I guess you still could, but more than likely you're probably not. Arise are looking much better early on. They're starting to teabag you a little bit as well. So, there's some disrespect coming out. Chaos needs to get a grip.
A grip of what is the question for Chaos? What exactly are we gripping here? Bad map question mark.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, Sachi, you just dropped nuts on Chaos, so I'm going to say I think you guys will be fine.
I'd be curious to know why he doesn't like it. Oh, because you need util for 2 of the 3 areas, or I don't know. Interesting.
Honestly, if I was in team comms and my team captain said get a grip, I would be a little tilted. But I think that's a fair little shake to wake the team up.
I think it's going to be a patio hit. You're pretty much forced to go there.
Of all the squigglies, I think the patio might be the cleanest option they have.
Yeah, I mean, they could blast in office or shed if they wanted to, but I think it's going to be just a patio. Invest the torch. Little split push coming out from Arise, possibly, or maybe just a little misdirection of the footsteps on both sides. Arise would love to push the pedal down even further if they could double up their lead. Take a look with a riot shield. Let's see what they can spot, what information can be gained. Noon at half health, taking a little bit of damage. Same with Lacking. Arise being softened up before they can even really get the push going.
They still get
to find the first. And that's been the key for Arise multiple times now. They've been finding first blood. Even in the overtime, it's been them finding first blood.
Mm-hmm. Which was originally Chaos, the ones who usually found the opening picks. That's changed. Bodies will be shot. You better guarantee it. Arise trying to break in. Like you said, they are a bit softened up moving in, so this should still be a bit of an advantage for the defense if they can just position correctly. Sachi going to move in.
Another one for Lacking.
God, it's too clean for Lacking. Well, he eventually gets caught in the barbed wire. Roach
That's
will
a huge
respond.
response. Yeah,
and Nomad
huge.
picks up 1-2.
Sachi picking up the third for Arise. It's just Tommy and Nomad left. Zigalo back on the riot shield. Moving into kitchen. Time's running out. Chaos might just need to think about playing time here. As the push is going to come in pretty quickly here. Zigalo going with the auto shotgun. Gets one. Needs to find the bomb. Needs to find the other. One more. Nomad takes him down. Or excuse me. Zigalo takes him down and takes control. And the defuse will be found for Arise. Huge round coming out from Zigalo. Using that riot shield to perfection.
You know what the play was as soon as he breaks in. It's like as soon as he gets an angle, riot shield goes down, auto shotty comes out. Just whether or not the timing worked out, and it did. Again, Arise successful on their break and their attempt. Kicked it down, lacking, really opens up the middle of the map. Nice response there on the defense, but the damage was done, and by then, of Arise were pushed towards kitchen. Zigalo picks up this auto shotty and just barrel stuffs the rest of the defense. My goodness, look at that beach. Holy cow. That's a big boy.
A lot of congestion around the bomb here in jungle as well. Pit is massive on this map. Decisions, and I would absolutely do what Arise are going to do, and that's coming through jungle. I mean, it's just so much you have to walk through. If you come through beach, you have no angles towards the bomb until you get towards pit. I mean, even observation has one angle towards jungle, but even then, it's kind of weird.
Is this the first time observation hasn't had an entry door to it?
I'm not sure if it's the first time, but it certainly doesn't here, and it does feel weird, especially after our last set of maps.
Yeah, like your options are pit, jungle, or beach.
And reminder, I mean, all of these maps we are seeing for the first time, all the players are seeing for the first time. These maps were specifically made for the finals, so it's everyone's first time seeing them and experiencing them. If you're wondering, hey, what are these maps? Well, they're new.
Way to break it down. We've seen body shot, one. Oh, big round here. Chaos can't stop the bleeding. Ay, 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 ay. What does that do to the mental?
No saber, no mop. Zigalo's going to run up beach with an auto shotgun. I love this.
Yeah,
you
know what?
Shield.
Hell yeah. Give him the shield and let him go to work. Gotta keep him up, though.
They see him, but he's taking all the space that's being given towards him. He's doing it quickly. Roach has to be careful here, not to push too heavily or get locked onto just one player. Zigalo. Information gained. Has to get away from that molly.
Don't fall in the pit. Nobody fall in the pit.
We've
This
seen
is the worst
too many pitfalls.
Oh my god. The lights are out with an auto shotty. We're rushing through pit. We have a wall charge as well with Sachi. We're gonna hit this. Careful, don't blow yourself up.
There's Lackey again. How many times have we seen him get the opening pick? Man down now for Chaos. Straight it back onto Sachi. Chaos keeping pace. Oh, two more come out and Arise with numbers up. It's a 4v2. They're pushing in. Brody takes out the next. It's Ghetto last with a Gruber in hand. 17 bullets and can't even fight back. Zigalo taking him down. Arise stomping Chaos here through the first three.
I mean, Chaos just, set themselves up for success, really, but Arise shut the lights off. Bum rush site with a shotty. Uh-oh. Oh boy. 3-0. What was a 5-1 first set turns into an OT win for Arise. Now a 3-0 start to the second set. We're entering the territory of
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. Is it was so close from Chaos. They looked so good early on, and part of that was because Chaos was playing really well. Tommy had some great plays, but we all knew Arise was not playing up to snuff. And now into overtime, and now into this regulation second set of maps, it's clear that Chaos are struggling to keep up with the way Arise are playing. Now, Arise could just have a great attacking half. We'll see how it goes defensively.
This is a big time round for Chaos. A must win. Seen this hit through Toxic multiple times. Usually it relies on the smoke and the stun to clear out on the check. Then sending the sub into Office. AB25 usually leads the charge. Bit of a free entry into Server Farm and into Toxic if they can find the opening pick. Wouldn't expect the defense to stack too heavily in Server Farm, given how far away it is from site.
I feel like Server Farm or Storage are really where you want to go. I mean, yes, Sorting's a red door too. That's a big investment, but the biggest thing is Office has such a huge line of sight over the bomb and then back towards Sorting. I feel like it's tough to go dock Sorting. I feel like most attacking teams are going to want to avoid that line of sight and just come through Server Farm and try and either attack through Office, or through Toxic, or creep around in front of Office towards the bomb. We've seen many teams do that now on this map, or both these teams, I guess. They're the only two teams that have played this map. Come through Server Farm and just park themselves in that little wedge on the bomb and the boxes and start defusing.
It's going to be a big round here. It will be heavily stacking the right side. Going to shut off what they preemptively think would be a reach from Storage into Office. Have to have an inkling if you're Chaos, knowing how many times they've played this team, where they're going to be coming from, or let alone how they might want to hit with this advantage of 3 rounds. Arise love to stack when they have a lead. We'll get the smoke in. They'll cover their cross. Might as well just start ripping some shots if you're Chaos. And they will. Tommy's in cleanly. It's a chokehold. They have to get through this point. The defense doesn't need to get over here. Get that out
Toss
of here.
that flare. You get that. I don't need that.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
First pick again going over to Arise.
Oh, lights are out, but Chaos remains on the bomb. Photon trying to keep pace with his teammates. Nomad goes down. Roach goes down. Tommy will go down. Ghetto and Photon last alive. Never mind. Everybody stays up.
Oh my gosh.
And Arise lose nobody on the draw. 4-0, and the defenders take the round with it, a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, this is scary. This is scary for Chaos. If they weren't panicking, I mean, they have to be panicking. I mean, this is not a good look. That was done in that first map, that first set. Man, Chaos are really struggling. Now they're not even finding the kills. And I mean, how many rounds in a row has it been that Arise is finding the first pick? I mean, 3, 4, maybe all of them in regulation. I mean, this has been dominance coming from Arise.
Yep.
In a way that I didn't even expect. I mean, I knew that Arise was probably going to play a little bit better. At least the scoreline would look a little bit healthier because they won't have the slow start. But man, this is just a brutal smackdown.
You got to think. On this map, I mean, knowing that this map could be punishing the way it is, like it can just be a rush right through halls and how quickly defenders kind of get pinched behind in crates. This is a... You have to be fearless if you're Chaos from here on out. Can't let Arise continue to set the pace of this game, of this set. Again, very eerily similar to Week 5 when these two teams went head-to-head. Back and forth the first set. Chaos eventually fell in the second set. Arise took it 7-1. This time it's 4-0.
So we'll see if Chaos can put something together. They've had some success on this, like this particular map in general, not necessarily this layout, but we'll see if they can put it together. They need something, and they need it now, as you were alluding to. It's been a frustrating second map, or second series, I should say, from Chaos. They've been close a couple times. They brought it down to 1v1, but I mean that last that last round was, 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing that they could do.
Quite a turnaround from the first set, where it looked like Chaos just had Arise's number in every single department, and now it's not so clean. Credit to Arise. They're the best team in the game. Chaos, a very close second. Difference being made up simply on the team play here in this grand finals. And the confidence that Arise are playing with has been a little too much to handle. Still waiting for the first blood. Arise losing some health, but not too much. Comes the push in. Chaos on the attack. We'll have the riot shield to work with. Roach drops it. Into the site we go. And gets lit up through the wall. Got to be careful. Lacking in kitchen. Oh, nice job by Tommy to get neutralized quickly. Both teams will trade one. But that's a big win here for Chaos.
Yeah, I think they actually Tommy went down, and Nomad was the one to finish it off. But you're right, it was good to trade it out for Chaos. That's what they needed. You can't let Arise get that first pick, and now Nomad gets one back onto Lacking. Or excuse me, he already did that. That was the trade. 4v4. 30 seconds left. Time becoming a factor for Chaos. And Zigalo still holding this auto shotgun. And he's in pursuit. He's behind. Finds one. Looks for two. Gets two. Whips around to the other side. Looking for a third. Found him, but can't put him down. It's 2v2.
Is that Molly by time? They don't have enough time to defuse.
Yeah, he got it out.
Oh my goodness. It bought enough time. How frustrating is that? You had a great push. You avoid a lot of the auto shotty. You get through the molly, but in the end, time is not your friend. And now it's starting to fall apart at the seams. 5-0 for Arise. Chaos backs against the wall. They have yet to take a round since the overtime.
Yeah, and Zigalo here waiting. He heard everyone walk by, and the first man heard him, but couldn't do anything about it. Zigalo comes barreling through like a bull at a china shop. Couldn't finish off the third, but got enough damage down and bought enough time. 5-0 for Arise, and this has been a frustrating series for Chaos.
I think it's the best way to describe it. It's just been frustrating. They've had a lot of opportunities. It feels like in the second set, we're starting to see the pull away a little bit more from Arise, surely. But this was I'm going to look back to that first set when we saw Chaos on both Kill Dome and then moving into Factory and moving into Bank. There were a couple of times where, with their lead and with the comeback from Arise, Chaos had an opportunity in some rounds to really close it out quickly. And you and I said they have to get on top of Arise quickly and shut them down. And if they can get a hot win, they can roll that momentum into set number 2. and they let Arise come back slowly and slowly. And then since then, it's just been all of Arise all the way through.
So Chaos need to put something together. I don't know. It looks like they're sending the house on what they are going to set up here. Wall charge through pit, door charge through jungle. They have 4 written over the beach. Okay, 3 now. I was going to say, that they need an extra player if they're going to put wall and door charges down. Maybe they just send 2 through pit. I don't think they're going to split that heavy. But regardless, Chaos need to pull out something.
I mean, if I'm Arise, I mean, why change from what worked? You just go back to beach. Noon. Gonna have to line up something here. Man, Chaos would love a first blood. Chaos would love a first blood. Tommy's already a bit tagged. And talking about a player who we talked at throughout this weekend of how impactful he on both an outskirts fights, entry fragger. He's been shut down a lot in this series, and that's credit to Arise. How they forced Chaos to play. Arise will find first blood again.
This is just what's been killing Chaos. I mean, literally is... Before they can even make their move, it feels like Arise on both sides, whether it's offense or defense, are just getting the pick. And so now Chaos have to work with 4.
Mm-hmm.
And just the numbers down situation and constantly has just been so hard. Noon running out. Photon is able to get one out before 2 of his comrades have fallen.
Here we go. Tommy responds. 2v3. A chance for Chaos to put a round on the board. Nobody connecting their shots. Now Roach down, last alive, and cleaned up by Lacking. It's the defenders taking back-to-back-to-back rounds. Undisputed, non-stop 6-0. Chaos cannot find an answer. Arise can't find the brake pedal. They are just going full speed into the win, 1 round away from the championship.
Yeah, this is pretty scary for Chaos. We've been alluding to it the entire series here, but for Chaos, I mean, this is disaster, and now they're going to have to. I mean, now they're playing for a tie, right? They can't even win. But with the way this has been going, you have not seen any perfection from Chaos, and that's what's required here to even get to that point. Chaos back on attack. Let's see if they can put something together.
This is it for all the marbles. The first season, comes down to this. Final round is the word I was looking for. Final round on the screen. Potential for Arise. One to close it out, take off. They do it 7-0. Man, what a story that would be.
Yeah, I mean, this would be quite the turnaround from Arise, and it would really be more like, okay, Arise just played really poorly in the first few rounds of that first series, and now look way, way better. They woke up, got their morning coffee. I don't know, maybe they hit some smelling salts or something. And now look dominant, as I think a lot of people expected. I know I expected Arise to be quite well. I did not expect what could be a 7-0 here.
No.
I
thought even if Arise flipped it and pulled off the same results week 5, I didn't think it would be this one-sided in the second set.
All right, Chaos. It's your last chance.
my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Oh my God. Stop! That's not fair. First blood yet again. Arise will take out Proton. It's Noon with the snipe. Called his shot. Hit it. Smoke will come in. Slow down Noon for the moment. Now how do you break in? Oh my God. Do you break in at all? The offense can't even get close to the site. Curly, this one might be over.
Three down. And Chaos have their last two. Tommy and Ghetto. Tommy is alive, and he big for Chaos before, but it's a tall order with 5 up from Arise. And Arise, full control of the map still. Oh my gosh, Ghetto goes down as well. The last man, a 1v5, one for the ages to keep Chaos alive, or Arise going to win DPL Season 1. There goes Noon. Tommy trying to get out, can't win the second fight. 7-0 in our second series, and Arise, DPL Season 1 champions.
Belt to ass in that second set. That was not even close. And it was a really, 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 really good grand finals for the first set and the OT. But since then, Arise must have done something. They woke up, they ate some food, they got online, because that was a 7-0 in one of the quickest sets we've seen. I mean, like, when you open up the final round of the grand finals with a pre-spawn snipe, it just, like, what more can you say? It just was way too good, way too clean. And I believe we have some post-game awards we're going to give out, as the champions, once again, will be Arise. They'll take home the championship for Season 1 of the Due Process League. The MVP will be first place, Zigalo for Arise. Second, Tommy, lacking third. Photon fourth, and Rainy fifth. Congratulations to Zigalo. I do want to give an honorable mention out to Chrome Trigger, who maybe had the most disgusting 1v4 in the entire season.
Yeah, I like Tommy getting second place there. I think Zigalo had a really good play, but Tommy, he's been impressive multiple times here between yesterday and today. Zigalo had huge plays here in this series, especially once Arise got going, and a worthy MVP vote. I also wanted to say shout out to Zigalo's mom. She's been in chat. Zigalo wanted to get on to say shout out to her, but he won't be able to. So shout out to Zigalo's mom. She's in chat cheering him on. And it's been fun to watch here. I'm sure she's had a lot to cheer for. As our, what is this? Our second award. Best Crim.
Zigalo again.
Zigalo again? Oh, okay. I was going to say, is it Zigalo again, or did it update? It's Zigalo again.
Nicely done. I mean, again, 4 players from Arise rounding out some of our MVP voting. Again, shout out to Zigalo for the MVP nomination, the win. Shout out to Mama Zigalo as well for supporting her kid, and the Due Process champion walking away with some cash today. This was a pretty one-sided affair in that second set. And man, you look back to first set, the overtime. The overtime obviously sets a lot of standards and momentum for this series, but Corelli, it felt like once Arise got online, they showed everybody why they're the best team in the league.
And best attacker, the best Crim was best defender, by the way. That was Zigalo. Best attacker, Photon for Chaos. Zigalo came in second on this one. Zigalo's all over the place on all of the awards, and Photon taking this one away from Zigalo on Chaos. And another really good shout out to Photon. He's been consistent throughout the league during league play and over the weekend as well. So a big shout out to him for Chaos. You see Crimson there for Tempo, lacking on Arise, and of course Tommy. I feel like Tommy's got to be involved on any of these top 5. He'll go 5th for best attacker.
Also want to give a shout out to Jet, a player that we had the pleasure of watching many times this season, who maybe didn't get in the top 5 for MVP voting, but many times was the most valuable entry man for their team in this spot. So congratulations to all the teams who competed this season, but really congrats to Chaos and Arise for punching their ticket into the grand finals, for giving us a show this looks like at the top level. For Chaos, they came so close in set 1. They were 5-1 up. They go to OT. They're unable to close it out. You're thinking there's got to be some extra fuel in the tank. And just as we start to have that conversation, Arise come out and have a 7-0 sweep. It's not often we see a 7-0. I mean, I'm trying to look back to some of the games we had early this season. Again, the last time Arise and Chaos played in that second set, it was 7-1 Arise. This time, it was 7-0. Cave Dummies 7-0'd Moss Eisley. That is about it. Everybody at least got around. I mean, Cave Dummies lost 1-7 to Arise in week 1, but we've only had 2 7-0s, one time on Cave Dummies and one time to Arise in the grand finals, and that is just the way it goes. It was an absolute blistering second set, and Corelli, they made their statement here. I mean, Arise came out and said, we are the best team in the league, and indicative of that last snipe that Noon was able to find on spawn. It just was way too clean. How many times did it look like the offensive Chaos were just starting to get to the doorstep, and they're already low in health? They're already losing a member. It's tough to win that way, but Arise, tell me more about this team. What more can you say about this squad as they take on the championship?
Well, I know it's not the first championship, at least as under the Arise ban. You know, they've been dominant here in due process and showed some dominance, especially in that second series. Woke up in the first one, but that second series really kind of showed what I expected to come out from, even maybe past my expectations of 7-0 dominance coming out for them. And Chaos still second fiddle to them, but you could see what happens when Chaos get off on the right foot there in that first series. They really made it tough for Arise the first time around, but still congrats to Chaos. Great season. Second place in league play, second place here in the playoffs, and overall definitely one of the best teams we had. Some great players on Chaos were fun to watch.
And this was a hell of a season to see Arise come this far, to see Chaos go through the ups and downs of a roster and fighting their way. There are different kinds of subs, different kind of lookups, but at the end, it was Arise who just proved that they're the best team currently here in the Due Process League. Chaos a close second. And then from there, like, the playoffs this year for this season were really, really great. We saw Tim's Treasure Hunt. We saw Tempo go the distance. Like, there was a lot of really great matches yesterday in the quarterfinals, today in our show match, getting some Rainbow Six Siege World Champions to play. This was a great time. It's just all the way around. It's a young game. It's a game that has a lot of promise and a really great community. So if you want to play the game and get a chance to play with your friends, or just check out more about Due Process, you can go ahead and scan that QR code. It'll take you to information about the game at dpleague.net. You can download the game Due Process on Steam. It's $10. It's so awesome to play with friends at night. Try it out. In worst case scenario, you're not as good as a rest scenario. Better than Corel. You'll never be as good as Wartime General. So that's the one thing you need to know. Okay, that's my MVP of the day right there. And man, just an absolute pleasure. Shout out to all the people in production as well. Corelli's been a blast. Final thoughts, man. Season 1.
Been fun. Shout out to production for inviting us on and letting us take a whack at casting that. Shout out to some of the other casters who kind of helped us get up to speed on DPL, and the community's been great. Players have been awesome. Shout out to chat as well. Thank you guys for having us on. Hope you can. Looking forward to maybe DPL season 2. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. You guys are great. Shout out to all the players who make this possible. This entire event tournament is not possible without people playing the game. So if you're interested in potentially competing in a tournament like this in the future, even in DPL season 2, only one way to do it: download Due Process on Steam. It's $10. It's the best $10 you're going to spend at the time. We want to thank all of production on the back end, everybody who worked overtime in weeks 1 through 6, all the other casters who are covering games in the 2v2 show matches, other show matches, and just simple games here on the Due Process stream. They put in a whole lot of work, and so did Stormy and Tetra on the back end. Stormy's been a phenomenal admin. Tetra, who has been basically running the show for the last couple of weeks on his own PC and fighting through internet stuff. So thank you so much to the devs, to Tetra, to Stormy, to everybody who's been making this happen, and to all the players who put out a hell of a show. And once again, congratulations to Arise on the championship. That'll do it here for us from Corelli and myself. For now, though, we'll leave you with more Due Process and hopefully a season 2 in the books somewhere. Until then, we'll see you then.